Twitch, we're live on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. YouTube is definitely going to pull the videos down because they've kind of been dicks about it. But that's okay. I don't mind. I am going to post to Instagram that I'm live too, and hopefully we'll get some people tuned in. Starting early here. Create. And we're definitely still doing readings. My friend Andrea's here. She might read some cards. We'll talk tarot, do AMA, do all kinds of stuff. And yeah, I'm trying not to do dead air, but I'm also trying to post on Instagram, which is tricky. It's tricky to do both of those things at the same time. I don't have as many enhancements in my bloodstream as I did last time, so I'm working with less buffs in general. Twitch, yep, live on Twitch. Check it out via link in bio. That's what I'm posting. Via link. And I actually don't know how Twitch does with the notifications. This is the first time I've gone live since I did the mega stream. So, yeah, we're doing it again. Oh, cool. Shout out to whoever just joined on Twitch. Hopefully we'll get more people tuning in as the notifications go around. Say what's up in the chat. I'm saying what's up to you. It might be someone new. It might be someone old. We'll find out. But say what's up, and if you want a reading, cards are here. We're doing AMA still too. So yeah, welcome to the party. And if you haven't clicked the follow button, of course, we're still trying to hit those follow goals. And I'm just posting to Instagram to get more people in here, kind of get the party going. It's a little late. It's about midnight local time. Very late for East Coasters, but you know, West Coasters are still live. So we'll get more folks in. That was too much dead air. Do you know that? Do you know about dead air?
Oh yeah.
You can't have too much dead air.
Sorry, we can.
No, you just gotta keep talking.
Exciting.
No, it doesn't even have to be exciting. You just have to be talking.
Okay.
You can't just be quiet. Quiet is unacceptable.
Make sounds.
You could just make sounds. Yeah. Okay. What sounds do you want to make?
What do the people give the people?
There's,
what
you know, there's only one person watching, so.
What sound do they want?
What person watching? What sound do you want made? That's a great question. That's what it's all about. The interaction on Twitch.
We're here for you guys.
Yeah,
right?
It's all about providing peer-to-peer entertainment in the purest way. And you know, I didn't prep my graphics or anything, so I got all kinds of stuff going on. I'm definitely not totally focused on the stream, but you know, I'm keeping an eye on it. I'm going to start the timer shortly. I just want to get it posted because this is a great way for me to burn down time.
Oh look.
Oh look. Hey, cool. Hey, Catherine. Cool. What's your question? Welcome. Also, by the way, if you haven't hit the follow button, please go ahead and do that under the screen, under like the video area. Let me pull this wire out of the way. That's a little annoying. Sure. Thank you for welcome. Drop your question in the chat, and we'll certainly read on it. Thank you for checking it out.
Are we just gonna like tag team it?
I'll do this one. I'll do this one.
All right.
I'll do this. I'll start the timer before you're reading, Catherine. That's definitely what's happening. I'm just making the Instagram post letting people know. So just drop your question in the chat. Oh, or if you want a general reading, we can do a general reading as well, obviously. Cool. You want to know about a court case? Very good.
Ooh. That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay, give me one moment here. I want to make this post. I want to start my timer because I got to be honest with the people. And I will endeavor to answer your question. Do you want to shuffle my cards for me, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Please.
Please. Thank you. There we go. We'll get the card shuffled. Oh, okay, this is your first time. You missed it the other day. Well, that's perfect. Perfect. This is a perfect timing for it. Can you tell me a little bit about the court case? What can you just tell me? Is it criminal or civil? And then what type of case is it? That's really all I need to know. Just so I kind of have an idea of what realm we're dealing with here. That's the with court cases, because it matters, right? It matters like who you're up against, what the situation is. Obviously, civil court and criminal court are very, very different, and the parties involved are very different, and all that good jazz. So you let me know those basic details about your case. And oh, Ethereal Goddess, welcome! Thank you for tuning in on YouTube. Welcome back. Cool. We got people checking it out. That's great. Awesome. Let me shuffle the deck myself, say the prayer, and we'll get reading. Now, Ethereal Goddess, you got a reading the other night, right? Okay, so it's the Department of Insurance in the state of California. That is, you are suing the Department of Insurance, Catherine, or what kind of case is it? Is it a driving related matter, or is it you're suing them in a civil suit, or they're suing you in a civil suit, or something like that? And then Ethereal Goddess, you remind me. I think you got a reading the other night. Was that correct? You can definitely get another one. There's no reason you can't. Yeah. Okay, I thought so. Yeah, you can totally get another one. Is that my sloppy shuffle that gives you anxiety, Andrea? There we go. Now they come together better. There we go. See, when I have the cards in my hand and I'm not posting on Instagram, then I can fucking just use the card shuffling sound to fill time. Fill air, not dead air. Shout out to the other person who joined us in Twitch. Welcome. Say what's up in the chat. Aha. So the Department of Insurance is trying to take your license away because of a domestic violence case you had last year. The court case is on June 14th in about 9 days. You want to know how that's going to go. Okay. Let's see what the cards have to say. I'm going to shuffle it one more time. I will say the prayer. And then we'll do it. Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, and forgive us our trespasses against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, and forgive us our trespasses against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, and forgive us our trespasses against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Heavenly Father, as we give me access to the Son, as bless here and now. Bless us all. Precious Mother, our promise, glory and recognition. I honor your name. Give me clear definition, allow me clear vision, insight, understanding, and clear ability to articulate on behalf of these people. May this card's prayer speak true to me, that I can give them accurate information. Watch over me, watch over them. Cool. Thank you for your patience. Okay. So just laying out a quick 3-card thing here. I think you are going to have to pay fines. I think you're going to be okay here. I do think you're going to be okay. I'm going to do a little more analysis. Yeah, I think you're going to be fine here. I don't see peace and blessings, Urban Majesty. Thank you for joining us. I don't think you're going to have your license taken away. I don't see any blockage. I don't see any closed roads. I see the wheel, which is giving us movement. I do see you potentially having to pay quite a bit of fines, and so that's something that I think you'll be able to move forward with. There's nothing here to indicate losing your license. So there you go. I would prepare to pay the fines. I would definitely be preparing to pay the fines. Cool. And now, Ethereal Goddess, you wanted to have a general reading, right? So since you just had, I don't necessarily advise people get readings back to back to back to back, but I'm happy to give it to you. The only thing is, I'd like to focus it more. If you got a general I don't remember if you got a general or a specific, but I would like to just focus it more. So if last time you got a general, let's make it a little more specific. If it was specific last time, let's do a big general one. You're very welcome, Catherine. And like I said, I think everything's going to be all right here. I don't think you're gonna. I don't see your roads being closed in any way. I do think there are going to be some expenses you're going to be facing. And just so for folks who are maybe watching this and as students of tarot, I would be looking for the Chariot. I would be looking for the Hanged Man. I would be looking for some of the higher swords and things like that. If it was a situation where the roads were closed there, or she was going to be held accountable, I'd be looking for the Justice card or the Judgment card or something like that. I didn't have anything like that to indicate legal problems. And so I don't see that. And by contrast, I saw kind of like happy cards, and then again, those cards involving money, right? So given the situation, that's kind of how that speaks to me. Hey, welcome to everyone else who just tuned in on Twitch. Say what's up in the chat. Join the party. We're giving readings. My friend Andrea is here. Boop. Dr. Cosmic is going to be joining us again via Skype. So we're doing it again. Oh, I forgot to start the timer. There we go. That's okay. That's okay. We get one. There we go. 2 hours, 15 minutes because we got some new followers. So that's that. That's that. Who else? Who else? And I'll also say I didn't see any indications in that deck. Speaking of violence, that would be the other thing I was looking for because it was related to a domestic violence case. So anything indicating violence, anything of that sort, the idea that would be coming up, but I did not see that. Okay, so you want a general one, Ethereal Goddess. That's right, I do remember that now. You did end up getting a specific question. It all kind of blurs together. I'm sure you can understand. So I appreciate that. So this is a general reading for Ethereal Goddess. We want to know the message that the cards have. Okay, let's see what they have to say, Ethereal Goddess. This is you. And this is crossing you. And this is crowning you. Okay. And this is supporting you. And this is behind you. And this is before you. Okay. So, I want to say in general, I'm seeing that stagnation has been there around you, right? Ten of Wands showing a burden. Crossed with the Chariot. It's showing almost like a pot boiling with a lid on it, right? Like the pressure can't release, pressure building up, pressure building up. And you're knowing right now, Temperance crowning you, that something's got to give, something's got to change, something needs to be adapted, right? So that said, it's clear that you're ready, you're making progress on this. This is something you've been planning to do. It's something you're kind of aware of. You're looking for a shift, a change, something like that. Certainly you have been overwhelmed. I do have a clear indication here that you're going to have a breakthrough. You're going to have a breakthrough, and it's something sustainable. And that breakthrough is going to come with, you will know that breakthrough is present, or you will sort of unpack. Almost like that gift will come and you'll unpack it, you'll open it with a kind of windfall. You're about to have a come up, something to do with money coming in. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting 6 of coins, 9 of cups. So you're going to get, again, not a huge gift of money. You're not going to get a bazillion-dollar inheritance, but a few $100s. And when that happens, the main thing to know is, like, they say to be grateful for your blessings, count your blessings. And it absolutely is something that when that, surprise money shows up, I want you to know that it is the an investment in your blessings. It is being placed into your hands for you to invest in your blessings. Be mindful of it, okay? Be mindful of that money and use it to set yourself up, Ace of Wands and Ace of Cups. So I want you to set yourself up to progress in whatever your specific, I'm getting a sense that you have a specific skill set, like an art or something artistic. Cups and Wands together is like the production of, or the doing, and maybe it's a performance thing perhaps. But that aspect, help me out here and let me know if this is sounding like you. But yeah, that combination of creative, intuitive, emotional, and doing, acting upon. It could also be activism as well. But that doesn't really seem to fit in the context of this. It doesn't feel like that. This feels like, again, a creative project, a creative venture, a skill set. I don't really feel like painting or something like that. But yeah, an artistic or creative thing. Could very well be music as well. But yes, that's invest in that. And I was like, don't invest all of that. Don't squander it. Be very wise with that. When you get this money, be very wise with it. And basically, you're going to be laying the groundwork for you to find a new avenue for growth, right? That stagnation is a result of just routine, right? And so it's just going to be a whole new realm of discovery, a whole new realm of exploration for you and growth, etc. So, holler back. I'm still here. Music, there we go. Yeah, so invest in whatever gear that you were thinking of getting, or whether there was a course you were considering taking or something like that, or it may appear to you in the next few days here. Go advance your craft in that. Don't be afraid to advance your craft in that, and realize that that takes learning and practice, and invest both time and resources in that when you get that little gift, and use that as a place for exploration and growth. There we go. Urban Majesty, yes, totally. You can get another reading. As I said to Ethereal Goddess, the deal is this, right? If you got a general reading last time, I'd like to give you a specific reading now. If you got a specific reading last time, general reading now. Just because divining on the same thing back to back is just inadvisable for all divination. That's a general divination rule that folks should be aware of. Do you agree, Andrea? How do you feel about that? Let me move the mic over.
I do agree. I think you should wait at least like a moon cycle in between getting readings.
To check in. Would you read on different things, or you're saying on the same thing?
Yeah, on the same thing.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would recommend doing something different too.
Yeah. Cool. So there we go. Cool. Ethereal Goddess. Thank you. It's a pleasure to serve. So, Urban Majesty, given what you just found out, what do you think? Are we doing specific, general? I wonder if there's a lag. There must be a lag. But that's okay. Okay. That was specific. Yeah, if you asked about career blockages, that was specific. What was that? Did you hear that sound? Was that in my house? Here, grab, fucking grab a weapon. There's a bunch of weapons up there. I heard that sound before. It didn't sound like a creature. It sounded like a device, like a... Wait, why don't you have a weapon? What are you doing? It could be an intruder.
So you're making me?
I'm on the stream. You want to come here and do the reading?
It wasn't your door, was it?
It didn't sound like a door.
Like a door creaking?
Could sound like a door hinge or something. There are spirits in this house, though, and they may be fucking... I'm surprised they haven't fucked with you yet.
They probably are.
Okay. I heard that sound before, too. Remember when I was like, what the fuck is that sound?
Oh, earlier?
Yeah. Maybe it's a rodent or something. Did you guys hear that sound? On the stream? Did you all hear that? It's crazy. Wait, don't go without a weapon. Are you fucking crazy?
Dude, don't. You scared me.
Here, just here. Here.
If it's a spirit, what are you getting?
If it's not a spirit...
I love how you're making the woman go.
Go. Just grab that. I'm on stream. Pull it. There you go. Stick it in anything that's there. It's not supposed to be here. There we go. Urban Majesty. Apologies. I'm glad you guys heard that. They heard it too, you guys. So, checking back in on everyone. Obviously, there's about 2 hours left on the stream. As you may know how it goes. And then this meter down here, the 124. So when we hit 150, I got to eat more mushrooms. If that happens before 2 hours. The only way to add to these things, so you can...
the light noses in the hallway?
Yeah, time is you can either donate at the link above, or if you haven't already followed me, follow me at the purple heart beneath down here, like underneath the screen here. And then that will also add on that our bar down there. That'll bring us up to 125 or at 82.67. And then, of course, we have the inter-channel chat over here Andrea, I'm kind of just kidding, dude. I wouldn't send you out there if I thought there was real danger.
Sure.
Yes, I definitely would not send you out there if I thought there was real ginger, and I would have also given you a gun, not a knife.
Is that just theatrics?
It was.
Hopefully entertaining.
Yeah, the stream liked it. There's a lot of laughies. Okay, back to the situation at hand.
And it is scary.
Urban Majesty would like a general reading. But, if there was really like someone intruding in the house, our views would shoot through the roof. It would be very popular. Don't you think like tons of people would watch us on Twitch if there was actually an intruder in the house? I think so. All right, gang. Urban Majesty is asking for a general reading, and I'm goofing off about that weird haunted house sounds my house makes. I need to take this more seriously. Okay. That's what you want. There we go. What? Wow. Urban Majesty. Wow. 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 Hey, Andrea, come here. This is pretty crazy. Look at this spread. This is nuts. I hope that thing didn't get her, whatever that was. So, I want to say a lot of paths are opening for you right now. This is a time for you to be putting in work, and the work that you've been putting in paying off. I'm talking specifically in your spiritual path. Why am I saying all this? I'll go through the cards. Representing you, I have the Temperance. Crossing you, I have the Ace of Swords. Nuclear thought, a breakthrough, something of that sort. Crowning you, I have the High Priestess. Okay? And supporting you, I have Justice. So, this line between the High Priestess and Justice, right? The High Priestess being sort of held between 2 points. Also, of course, it's for a female spiritualist. Speaking of female spiritual development, right? The spiritual path. All right, Andrea, check this spread out.
Sure.
Look at all these major arcanas. So it's Temperance crossed with the Ace of Swords, High Priestess, Justice, the Two of Swords in the past, and then the Moon. So first of all, I want to say reconciliation of ideas, not with a person, right? It's just clarity of thought.
That Ace of Swords.
Yep. So clarity on something that you were not sure on, you'll be able to see much more clearly, and take that. You're going to have a decisive, instinctive take on something that you've kind of been like back and forth torn on. Take that, run with it, cut through with it. Again, that leads you to the Moon, the reflection period. It's going to deepen for you with the Moon sort of triangulated like this with the High Priestess. This evaluation that holy shit, she says. This evaluation that you've been going through, the back and forth, is kind of undermining you at this point. Okay, just go with that instinctive breakthrough thought and run with it. Okay. Yeah. Did you say holy shit to the cards or holy shit to the interpretation? Regardless, that's my the message I have to deliver for you. Who's next, gang? We got 8 viewers in here. Welcome to everyone who's tuning in. A couple more folks on Twitch. Just type in the chat if you want a reading. We don't have a list going yet, so it's just kind of type it and say if you want general or specific. If you got a reading before, if you got a general reading before, I just realized I'm not watching the YouTube chat. Let me add that to my view here, because there may have been people. Fuck, it's not going to load. So if you said something in YouTube, please type it again. I missed it. That's for sure. If you asked for something. But yeah, there we go. Luke Phoenix, what's up? Welcome. Thank you for joining. Did I just get a new follow? No. It's just checking in on me. Cool. Cool. Urban Majesty. That's awesome. But yeah, gang, I'm here giving readings. If you want them, they're here. They're available. There's 2 hours left. If you have friends who might want readings, send them my way. Send them here now. Just send them a link. Well, welcome. We're glad you're joining in. Joining in on Twitch, it looks like. And it looks like you already gave a follow. Thank you for contributing to the effort here. This is kind of the new platform for me. I like this a lot more than everything I was having with Instagram. Just much more interactive. Much more Yeah, I like this much better. But it's more the more people who are in here, the more fun it is, definitely. So bring in your people. Anyone who you've said, hey, you got to get a tarot reading, and they're like, I don't know about that stuff. I'm not going to pay for it. Well, tell them right now. And like I said the other day, if you want to score extra points, tell them you already prepaid me for it. Don't tell them it's free. It doesn't say on here it's free. So if they don't know, they don't know. So just be like, yeah, this dude Moses, he gives readings. It's like really expensive, but I've been thinking about you and I wanted you to have your first reading. So let me I bought your reading. Say that. That's the thing to say. And then they can come in and they can do the follow. And then if they do the follow, it adds more time. It's a win-win for everyone. That's what I recommend. And, if no one wants readings, I can just talk and take bong rips and stuff. I could do ASMR, I guess. I could read books.
What's your ASMR?
You want me to do ASMR?
Yeah, what is it?
What do you mean, what is it?
Like, what do you do? Like
tarot. I did tarot ASMR the other day.
Oh, just shuffling?
Well, no. If I want to do ASMR, first of all, I have to calm down a lot. And if I calm down a lot, then I can take the cards like this, and I can gently shuffle them.
Hot.
You're ruining my ASMR, Andrea. I like doing the ASMR readings because it requires me to be a lot more calm than I usually am. And I realized when I started doing it, I was like shuffling the cards all fucking crazy like I do, and I was like, that's not calming. That's not calming anyone. I'm not calm. No one's getting calm, so I have to calm down. But yeah, we're here giving readings. If you're watching on Twitch, what's up? Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, likewise. If you're watching on Facebook, I don't know why it's not registering you. It doesn't look like that. Oh yeah, girl, readings are free. I mean, you can certainly donate if you want to. It makes the zombie run. I like that when the zombie goes burr, and then it adds time to the timer. But readings are free. Yeah. If you want a general reading, just say general. And if you want a specific reading, or a reading on something specific, then just say what you want a reading on. Readings here are totally free. And I think we're going to get more people joining us because many people are interacting with the Instagram post. So I think they just have to find their way. Maybe you guys are already here from Instagram. And if you are, don't be shy. Just type in the chat. I will say this. If you are watching on the link in my bio and you're like, oh shit, I want a reading, go to twitch.tv/hoodoo-moses. It's going to make you log in. You can log in with your regular accounts and do that. You can log in with your Google or your Facebook or something, I forget. And then you can ask questions and chat and all that good stuff. But if you are watching on my bio, you can totally watch. It's just hard to interact. Catherine, you may have a general reading, but I want to give someone else a chance first, if that sounds fair. I think that's fair, right? Do you think that's fair? I think we think that's fair. Andrea, do you think that's fair? Mm-hmm. Good. I'm glad we all think that's fair. Because it's like you got to give people turns. You can't just... Yeah, so I'm just checking it out on my bio and seeing, oh, I guess you can chat from the bio. Well, then if you're watching on the bio, then do it. Cool. Possible relationship reading. Absolutamente. Is there... So let me just ask this. Is there someone in the picture? Or are you like... There's not anyone in the picture. You're looking for a summer fling. Single and ready to mingle or ready to lock this thing down? And I got to say, moving from, getting into Gemini season, by the time we get into Cancer season, everyone wants to lock down. That's what I've noticed. Yeah, Taurus season, Aries season's everyone's flirting. Taurus season, people are like really like dating around.
Yeah.
Gemini season, maybe whittling it down to 2 type thing. And then by Cancer season, people are kind of doing I think Cancer is the summer cuffing season. And then Leo season, everyone's like feeling real good, doing their best shit.
Oh, yeah.
Then it goes into Virgo, and they like get all analytical about that shit.
Oh, yeah.
They break up. Halloween, everyone makes mistakes, gets into November, and then we get into autumn cuffing season.
Yeah.
That's... That is my astrological dating around the year theory. What do you guys think? You like that? You like that? All right. Luke Phoenix wants to know, can she get a possible relationship? What's the deal? Is that in the cards? Is that in the future? She's single and ready to mingle. She wants to meet someone. Is there anyone out there for her? These cards are loving it today. Oh, okay. There's a strong possibility here, my dear. All right, I'll be honest. I don't see any fellas. Are you into the ladies? Oh, King of Swords. Because you got the Ace of Swords in your future here. Okay, here we go. Here's the option I see. If you want like an older gentleman, charming, witty, you're gonna like mental connection really strong, but older. Keep an eye out for that. Maybe sugar daddy situation too. Like he might be happy to freely spend. I'm not saying like a sugar daddy arrangement, but he might be happy to freely spend on you. I think in terms of like long-term relationship potential, I don't necessarily see that here. I think this can be like a fun thing. But yeah, I am right now not seeing like Prince Charming riding in on his horse or anything like that. But this King of Swords is here. I think he's going to be a very nice, maybe about 10 to 12 years older than you. And yeah, it's if you haven't done something like that before, it might be great. If that's not what you're into, you can definitely go like party and have fun this summer. That's out there for you. And one night stands and things, but not anything like a relationship. But with this King of Swords, you can have a good relationship, and it'll be mature too. I think the expectations will be realistic, be very satisfying, and fulfilling is the word I'm looking for. So let's see if there's marriage potential in it. Give me 1 second. If that's something you're interested in, let's find out more specifically if the King of Swords has it. The Wheel, the Emperor, the Four of Wands. Yes, whoa. Marriage potential, yeah. Right? Marriage potential. For some reason, I feel like he's Spanish or something. Like Southern European, darker complexion. Darker complexion and like, gray, like salt and pepper hair. I don't know. That's what I'm seeing. Not exactly like the world's most interesting man from the tequila ads. Not that, but a variant of that. Spanish, maybe Latin American. I don't know. The darker complexion. I feel like Spanish accent. Yeah. That's what I got for you. Go find him. Potentially marriage material. You may very well meet him in a professional capacity, or I think the relationship is going to spark off or kick off around conversation or ideas, more so than like grinding on the dance floor or something.
Maybe an intense.
Right, because King of Swords, Ace of Swords, all that.
You did the Emperor too.
Right. Yeah. Well, and I think that's kind of then I feel like Big Daddy vibes going to develop, but we'll get there in time, right? I don't think that's going to be the initial. I think that's could be a Virgo, honestly. Right? Sure. Another air sign could be an Aquarius. I don't really see a Gemini with the Emperor.
Who is the Emperor?
But not a Leo.
Is it Sagittarius?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it could be. Well,
or no, it's Aries.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah,
MJ Whitlock, welcome. I'm glad you made it. We've been waiting for you. I'm glad you finally got in too. If you haven't yet, MJ Whitlock, you can help us by adding some time to the timer here. The way you do that is under the video here. There's going to be like a purple heart thing that you can click. If you click that, it'll do the thing and make the little cartoon run, and it'll add time to the timer, which will give me more time to do readings. So give that a shot. See if you can do that. If you haven't already. If you have already, then ignore me. And if you can't find it, ask me, I guess. Who else can I read for? Anyone? Step right up. Scorpio could be a Scorpio, definitely. Scorpios have darker coloring too. Actually, with the King of Swords, could definitely be a Scorpio. Could definitely be a Scorpio. Oh, MJ Whitlock, you can't find it? Let me see if I can find it for you. Are you watching MJ Whitlock on Instagram? or Twitch. You will have to go to twitch.tv/hoodoo-moses to do that. And then if you do that, you should be able to click the thing, make the zombie run, add time to the timer, and that's how you qualify for a reading. That's actually the way you get a reading. You just have to be a follower. It's very easy. For those of you watching, just follow me. If you're watching via the link in bio on Instagram, just go to twitch.tv/hoodoo-moses, and then under this video screen, like all this stuff around, beneath that, there's a purple heart thing you can... oh, you did create a Twitch account. Awesome. Well, there you go. Folks at Twitch, pay attention to that when you're considering me for affiliate status. People are signing up to your service just for this. Let me tune into the stream, actually, then, MJ Whitlock, and actually see what's going on here. Because I watch on a broadcast thing. I don't watch.
Maybe one day, I'll go live and you'll see my little
also,
notification.
Are you watching on your phone
and you'll hit that button
on a computer.
Now, listen, lately,
that may have something to do with it.
I'll go live and you'll see my little notification.
So if you're watching, at least on a computer.
Now, listen, lately,
you're looking at.
I'll go live and you'll see my little.
Oh, there you go. You found it. Look at the zombie go. Yeah, and add a time to the timer.
Now, listen, lately.
Thank you. You found it.
I'll go live and you'll see my little.
Oh, there you go. You found it. Look at the zombie go. Excellent. Yeah. Hey, Crow. Welcome back.
Listen, lately.
Thank you. You found it. Hey to everybody. Now we got Luck Gangs all here. Excellent. People on YouTube, on Twitch. MJ Whitlock found the button. We're at 125 right now. Now we got Luck Gangs all here. On the bottom there. And we got some more time. So I think we're going to do a general reading for MJ Whitlock. Did you want a general or did you have a specific question? So I think we're going to do... And also, everyone, please feel free to general. Andrea's just sitting there. I want her to read for me. And also, yes, everyone, please feel free to or just, do you have questions about tarot or or just, do you have questions about tarot or I know I have this great article. Or just, do you have questions about tarot or that one I shared with you that one time? I know I have this great article. Or just, do you have questions about tarot? It was a made-up article, but it was very believable. It was a made-up article, but it was very believable. Audio is looping. I have it fixed. Sorry about that, you guys. I know why I did that. I hate that echo stuff. I thought I had that muted out. We should be better now. That's very annoying. I mean, dub version and all that stuff, but I'm glad I fixed it. Thank you, Ethereal Goddess. Because I don't have my headphones on, so I'm not monitoring.
Well, I'm curious to know even about your first interaction with tarot.
My first interaction with tarot. I feel like my first it entering my awareness, or like the first time I got my cards read, or what?
Like the first time it entered your awareness.
It first entered my awareness as a kid walking through New York City. On the weekends, we would go walk around New York City. And so they were just readers and shit. And I was like, oh, what's that? That's interesting. That's when it first entered my awareness, when I was like, oh, that's an interesting thing.
And what about your first deck?
I got my first deck was a Rider-Waite that I bought myself, as I said, which you're not supposed to do or whatever. I bought it at the mall when I was 12 or 13. I was at B. Dalton Booksellers in the Livingston Mall in Livingston, New Jersey. And the other thing, though, is what inspired me to get that, and where I developed an interest that made me want to get a deck, was I read the Illuminatus Trilogy by Robert Anton Wilson, which I love. One of probably is definitely my desert island book. If I could only bring one book to a desert island, it would be the Illuminatus Trilogy.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, that's a big...
I've read it more than any other book. I love that book. It's funny and it's pithy and it's brilliant and you learn so much. I learn something every time I read it, and it's deep and it's sexy and it's fucking awesome. It's great. I love it. It's a great book. So Illuminatus Trilogy, Robert Anton Wilson, has a lot about tarot in it. Hey, Morningstar, welcome back. Good to see you. So I had an interest in tarot from that. I read that way too young. You should not read that book when you're 12 years old. I
don't know. What is it called?
Illuminatus Trilogy. I might have a copy here. I might have given away my copy.
That does not sound familiar.
It's not a well-known book. It's well-known in the circles where it's known. It's legendary, but it's kind of like a cult classic. I guess you'd call it a cult classic like that. I guess that's the term for that. Okay. MJ Whitlock has been waiting for this general reading, And I'm just here talking about the Illuminatus Trilogy. Goodness gracious. Hey, 15 tuned in on Twitch. Welcome, everybody. If you're new, make sure to go hit the purple follow button down, and it adds time to the clock. It gets me closer to eating mushrooms. Basically, we're in a race right now. If we run out of time before we get to 150 on that bar down there, I do not have to eat mushrooms. If we hit 150 before I run out of time on that timer, then I have to eat mushrooms. And 2 tricks. If you hit me with a follow... if you hit me with a follow on Twitch, it not only gets me closer to the mushrooms and add time, but also if you go up to this link right here, streamlabs.com/hoodoo-moses, a donation of any amount will add time to the clock, 1 minute per dollar. Someone hit me with a big one the other week, and that added, or the other night, and that definitely added more than an hour. So feel free to do that. I'm here to do it. I have no specific plans, but I am ending when the clock runs out. So we're in it together, gang. And remember, you can always tell a friend that you paid for a reading with me, and they can come here and hit me with a follow. So the book is called The Illuminatus Trilogy by Robert Shea and Robert Anton Wilson. If we end up going into the wee hours, I'll probably play this really cool talk by Robert Anton Wilson. He's one of my favorite intellectual, whatever, people. I learned a lot. He was a big influence on me as a kid. Okay, MJ Whitlock wants that general reading. She wants to know what's going on in her life, what she should be looking out for, what she should be working on. And we're going to find that out now. Right now. Let's see. Hanged Man. Cross with King of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Emperor. He's coming out a bunch today. 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Wands. MJ Whitlock, may I ask about your career? Let me ask about that. I think that's the word I want to look for. Like what? Your business situation, your career situation. Cool, you found that? Yeah, it's a great book. It's an excellent book. I have the Queen of Coins. I have the Knight of Coins. I have the 3 of Coins. I have the King of Coins. I have the Sun. The thing is, I have as you the Hanged Man, which is indicating to me that you're hung up on something right now, meaning something's not flowing or progressing quickly, or you're stuck. And it seems financial because there's so much financial stuff here. But I need to know if you are self-employed, employed for someone else, and what type of work you do. That'll be helpful. Maybe that'll explain some of this other stuff here. Welcome to everyone tuning in on Twitch. Looks like we have 18 on Twitch, 2 on Instagram. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to smash the follow button down in that corner and say what's up to Andrea over there. Here, let's just turn the whole camera on Andrea. No, that's not nice. That's not nice.
I want to see your beautiful mug.
They're not here for the mug. They're here for the cards.
5 more followers, and I'll do a bong rip. Just kidding.
Okay. Bong rips. Have 5 more followers and you do a bong rip? I'll change the thing down here.
I'll do it. I'll do a bong rip.
Employed in gaming in the finance department. Cool. All right, so that explains why there's money. In your current financial situation, are you feeling hung up, or in the career are you hung up? I'll say that, I have the King of Cups here. Sorry, I said King of Coins before. New deck, guys. I'm still getting used to these cards. I have the King of Cups here crossing you. So that actually looks like emotional progress for you. Is there like workplace tension? I'm not going to say conflict, but like a feeling of not getting along, not fitting in that needs resolved? Where's that lighter? Did the spooky sound take it?
It's a team.
I don't know how it would have left here, though. There's a lighter in my pocket.
You have one?
I have one. Hey, Grimnir, thank you for making the zombie run. Thanks, bro. Welcome. I'm glad to see you here. I look forward to the possible opportunity of giving you a reading, my man. Well, MJ Whitlock? I must know. A little bit stagnant, okay. But also definitely want to know about, sorry, turn up my volume here. That workplace communication. That workplace, how do I want to say it? Grimnir, excellent. Stagnant, like not progressing, MJ Whitlock. Grimnir, if I get 24 more follows, I have to eat mushrooms. So tell the homies, because then I'll join you. I'm glad you made it. So MJ Whitlock, yeah. How is the communication, the interaction, just the friendliness, that workplace vibe? Is that disrupted? Are you working from home because of COVID? Is that disrupted because of that, or how is this coming into play? I'm just getting the sense that has been part of the stagnation. Regardless, I feel like there's going to be a breakthrough in it. That's the good news. I think, generally speaking, you can be looking at look out. Is there room for a promotion in your department, or almost a lateral move is actually what I'm seeing, possibly into a different department in the organization? Work from home, so communication is hard. Yeah. So I wonder if they're consolidating roles or restructuring is the word I'm looking for. If they're doing some kind of restructuring in some way. And if so, there's a supervisor here that coming up as the Emperor, who you can engage with and should be engaging with to find out about what's coming in the next, I will say something coming in the next about 8 to 9 months in terms of a restructuring of some sort. And I would be looking in that case to either a restructuring or a career transition or something. Oh, it does make sense. Okay, cool. So I want you to be looking for that. And I want you to be looking for, again, I don't feel like it is a direct promotion from the position you're in. I think it's either like a consolidation of departments, or I don't know that it's a totally new position, but it's something that is not in your direct progression career path, but nonetheless is accessible to you in your organization. That timeline makes sense to you? Okay, cool. So, yeah, I don't know if you could picture that position, but that's what I'm talking about. It's not like level 1 to level 2 to level 3. It is in the same organization, but again, it's like cross-departmental or maybe interdepartmental as like a liaison or something of that sort. Does that make sense to you? Excuse me. I've got to pack my old pipe here. And guys, I got to tell you, it is hot in here. I got to install the air conditioner, which I don't even know if I can run that while I'm streaming. It could be too noisy. But with the computer down here blowing all this heat while we're broadcasting, it is hot. That's okay, though. I don't mind it. We could sweat together. We could even bleed together, friends, if that's where we end up. I hope we don't end up there, though. Okay, MJ Whitlock, thank you very much, then. Your message is delivered. All right. Who's next? The timeline makes sense as well. Good. So is there a change that you're aware of that kind of fits into? And I guess in that case, that hanged man really means kind of that you've been in the same department, same position, same whatever. And again, I think this is going to bring you some change in that regard, some dynamism is the word I'm looking for. Oof. All right. Well, readings. Oh, so how it works for readings, let me tell you guys that. There's one requirement. It is not to donate, but you certainly can. There's actually no list right now, so let me go through this whole thing. Yes. You guys are asking right on time. To get a reading, first thing that is required is that you must hit the wrong corner, purple follow button right there on Twitch. If you're following me, which is what you must be doing to do that, then rumor changes about the department. Okay, that's what it is, MJ Whitlock, then. So once you're following me by clicking that purple follow button on Twitch, then just type your question in the chat. Right now there's no line, no list, so it's first come, first served. You can type general if you want a general reading. If you have a specific question, you can type your question. If you have gotten a reading from me during this thing and you got a specific before, I will answer a different specific question or a general question. If you got a general reading from me, I will answer only a specific reading now. As we were saying before, I don't like. I think it's problematic. I think for a variety of reasons, it's not good to divine on the same stuff over and over and over and over. Royalty Minded. You want a general reading, please? Okay, I'm happy to deliver it to you. I don't believe we've had the honor yet. All right, so we're looking for a general reading for Royalty Minded. We're looking for the message the cards have for her, the advice they have for her. We are looking, indeed, to know what lessons they have for her or what guidance they have. So let's see. All right. Let's take a look here. The Tower. Huh. Just laying cards here. I'll comment in a moment. You just heard me whisper the Tower, though, so if you know tarot, you might be like, oh my god. Oh my god, he said that with such an ominous tone. But I do have some questions. I have a couple things that give me cause for concern. I have the Tower, I have the Three of Swords, and I have the Hanged Man all on the board. I also have things that give me cause for positivity. I have a Knight of Wands, especially I have a Six of Wands, a Four of Wands, I have a King of Cups, and a Three of Cups. I am basically sensing conflict in a social circle. I also have the Empress out here too. I'm basically sensing conflict in the social circle. Potentially like what we might call catastrophic jealousy, splitting of a friend group type thing. It's with that. Basically, the two themes that I'm seeing here are on the one hand recognition and socializing, and on the other hand, what looks like heartbreak, betrayal, bad shit. Right. So when you mix those together, either those are happening at the same time or they're happening in the same domain. So the question is it same time or same domain? If it is same domain, then it is definitely social circle betrayals, all that stuff. If it is at the same time, it's two parallel sets. And if that is the case, then I will issue a warning. But you tell me which one of those is fitting a little more closely to what you're experiencing right now. Did you just have a smoke?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're reading the next one, so I can go do that. You just like up and left. That's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
No, that's okay. I thought we were in this
You're doing
together.
readings. I don't want
Well,
to.
you are too, of course, but it's all right.
Do they want a reading?
Of course they do. They want readings. Everyone, right? You guys want readings from Andrea, right? I bet they do. I'm pretty sure they do. I feel strongly confident they do. So, Royalty Minded, are you... I don't know if there's a lag. I don't know if you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, though. Had to break away from a friend recently, just moved away from a bad situation. Okay. So, I think there are recriminations. There's bad feelings from that friend. The guidance that I... Okay, Grimnir, I knew you were going to get the reading from Andrea. I was going to call you out. Thank you for saving me the breath. Oh, Grimnir wants a general reading. MJ Whitlock would like a reading from you. Everyone wants readings from you.
Yay.
So you just started a new contract job and moved in with a weirdo? Okay. I don't see any real danger from weirdo. I do think that you should focus on the job, basically, is what I'm seeing. With that Knight of Wands here, with that Wheel of Fortune here, the new things that are there for you are there for you to blaze forward on it. Use it as a launch pad, not a landing pad. Okay? What I mean is, how long are you tied into your new place? Is it like a 6-month lease, something like that? It seems like a short-term lease. I want you to basically plan out a month-by-month plan to get into your next place. Month to month. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so give yourself a goal then of like a 3-month or something like that, where you're looking at your next place and you're building towards that. I want you to time that with certain benchmarks at work, okay? And these are not benchmarks in terms of external anything. They're internal performance benchmarks, okay? They already like you. You're going to step your work up to the next level. And it's really just being a little bit more proactive. It's doing things a little bit earlier. It's checking in on things that you would wait to be checked in for someone else to check in with you. Take care of those things. Use that as a springboard, and I want you to basically plan in 3 months to start having discussions about what it'll take to get you a pay raise and to be looking for a new place. And then in 6 months, I want you to go, Boom. Cool. Credit repair plan. Is it a 6-month plan? I'm seeing 6 months on this, is why I keep coming back to that. I'm seeing basically like 3 months as a starting, kind of get you halfway. Sherry 200, you made the zombie run. You gave me more time on the clock. You get me closer to eating mushrooms. This is great. Thank you. Welcome. So yeah, royalty minded. That's what I got for you. That 6-month plan for you. Be looking to get into that place in 6 months. I know it's awkward with that guy, but stack your dough, pay down your debt more, kind of reallocate because you have the roommate and you can do better. But also in 6 months, I want you to kind of simultaneously be looking. It's the double come up. It's moving into the new place and getting the pay raise. I'm not necessarily seeing promotion, but pay raise, yes. That's what I got for you. Okay. Grimnir's ready, Andrea. Do you want to read this deck? Andrea's the one who gave me this deck. That's why we're right here right now. Everyone's like mushrooms. You're going to use your deck. Okay. Do you want to drop me a smoke?
Yeah.
Cool. Andrea's going to come here and read for you all. Is this enough space for you? I know you questioned the amount of reading area I have. Okay, it'll work. Good. Cool. Andrea's going to come. And she did say that if we hit 130 followers, she's going to take a bong rip, which is pretty cool because she doesn't really smoke that much. So that'll be fun. I'd like to see that happen again. If you guys have friends, please tell them. Please tell them come check out the stream. As I like to say, tell them you paid for them to have a reading with me, and they'll come and tell them to click follow. And then it's a win-win-win. They get a reading. You get the extra credit for buying a reading. You didn't even have to buy. And then I get the follow. It's a win-win-win. We feed 3 birds with 1 hand. How often do you have the chance to do that? That's fucking magical. It's fucking magical, right?
Absolutely.
Good. Well then, take the command seat.
Who am I reading for?
You are going to read for Grimnir 333. And then whoever else may pop off. But he's cool. He's super cool.
Okay, so what do you want,
Grimnir 333.
Grimnir 333? What do you want your reading to be about?
Hey, how'd you smoke a cigarette? You didn't even have a lighter.
Yeah, I did. There's another lighter.
Oh, look at you, jacking lighters and stuff. Okay.
That's what I do. That's all my Mercury.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about that, I don't want to leave you in here alone. But you're on camera, so I'm going to watch the stream so you don't steal anything.
Don't watch the stream. That is so creepy.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
He's totally going to. Okay. So just a general reading. Okay. I like to shuffle my cards really good, unlike Moses. Can you guys hear me alright? I don't do this stuff at all, so. And if you guys have any questions too about tarot or cardomancy or anything, I love those kinds of questions, so. Okay, so I'm gonna tune in to Grimnir 333. Okay. Okay, so Grimnir 333. So what I pulled for you was the Knight of Wands, the Hanged Man, and the Page of Cups. So usually when the Knight of Wands comes up... Oh, cool. We got a follower. So soon I'll probably have to do a bong rip. But the Knight of Wands energy is very fast moving and very quick, and then that surrounding the Hangman and the Page of Cups. And so the Hangman, I feel as though kind of being in a time of stagnation and maybe inner illumination, and that energy kind of moving out, moving forward. So I don't know if you kind of feel like you were out of time where you might feel stagnant or stuck, or like the energy isn't moving. And I'm kind of seeing that duality. So I don't know if you can give me like a little context, like in which ways you may feel a little bit blocked lately, or kind of stagnant, or maybe at a time. Grimnir 333. Cause the Hanged Man, or where's the camera, is at the center of the spread. So that's kind of what I'm curious about, and kind of this energy that's moving fast, really wanting to move forward. So just need a little bit of context. You're trying to figure out what God wants. That's a really big question. And so do you feel as though you're kind of in that liminal space? And I kind of see what you're saying, especially with the Page of Cups. And I wonder for you too, do you do any kind of divination? Or card reading or anything like that? Because if you don't, I think that you definitely should be. And also keeping things in balance. Like Moses and I were just talking about that earlier, about keeping one foot in each world, as far as the spiritual and the mundane, and how that's very important. Because I feel like the Knight of Wands energy is very fiery and very fast, and it's very impulsive. Almost in a way. Like, kind of like a fire that can burn out of control. Okay, yeah, because that's kind of like my relationship to the Page of Cups. Because, sorry, I'm trying to get it into the camera. Oh, there it is. So if you kind of look, it's kind of like this person and this cup and this fish coming out. And for me, you know, that's my representation of kind of going into that space, maybe doing divination and kind of seeing what comes forward in a really slow kind of way that's a little bit more balanced, because also in the cards that I pulled, there's no pentacles. And so that tells me that there could be a little bit of need for a little bit of grounding and recentering. If you're kind of moving fast and feel like things might be a little out of balance in that aspect as far as your spirituality. And I think that the Hanged Man really calls to slow down and have that introspection and that illumination, because you can see like that illumination coming around his head, and that light, and that comes from being in that space. And as far as God wants you to do, I mean, that's a really big question. Does this give you any more? Like, can I pull some more cards or give you like a little bit more detail on anything? And these are hard for me because I like to be able to talk to the person and kind of have that conversation back and forth. So this is new for me. So if you want a little more clarity, or maybe we can ask like what's going to help guide you to that, as far as finding that connection with God more, being more in tune with God. And I wonder what ways you connect with God, and maybe runes is a way that you can do that, and doing more divination and carving out that time and doing it slowly in a way that's very introspective and not going too fast, not being too impulsive. So I'll ask who can be your ally right now. Because yeah, Grimnir 333, if you want to give me a little bit more context, a little bit of something. And runes are great, by the way. Like, I don't use them, but I think they're great. So I'll do one more card just to give you a little Yeah. So the Two of Swords. So this to me, and if you almost look, this person is in a very meditative state. Very in tune, I think, to balance and holding up these two swords. Being blindfolded and having that introspection and slowing down. I think that if you're feeling plopped down, do you mean that like you feel weighed down? Like being wound up and let to run around. That's definitely the Knight of Wands. For sure. But I think that the Hanged Man is kind of the opposite of that, right? Because the Hanged Man is very slowly, and the Page of Cups has that ability to look in the cup and then to find that connection. I think you're just going to need some stillness and introspection, it seems. And that's really hard to do. Especially in our society when we're just so bogged down, I think, too, by like social media, internet, TV. We're constantly being stimulated. So I think that any way that you can slow down and make a little bit of time for more introspection, and I think that divination is going to be a way for you to do that, for sure. And you said that you like doing runes, so I highly recommend that you keep doing that. And that's what I have for you. Thank you for letting me do that. And like I said, I'm treading the waters with this, and it's not something I do often. But I hope that that resonated with you and helped you a little bit. Are you back?
Yeah, well, we have in 4 minutes. I got to bring Kaz in on Skype.
Okay.
Well, how's my timing?
No, you're totally fine.
Great.
I'm not sure who the next person is.
Cool. Do you want to grab your cards?
You should use my cards.
Well, you didn't use mine, so I'm not going to use yours.
That's fine.
I am going to have to do some audio mixing real quick before I do the next reading, just so we don't get an echo when I bring Kaz in.
How would Grimoire say?
He said, "Awesome, thank you so much. I'm also difficult, LOL."
No, not difficult at all.
Not difficult at all, she says. Oh, wow, we got a whole bunch of new followers. Shout out to Nikki B84. Shout out to Miss Tamil. One more, and Andrea has to take a bong rip.
Are you serious?
You said it.
Okay.
I'm holding you to your word.
All right.
We keep our words on this channel. That's what we do. So now I've muted this. I have to just make sure. All right, this may cause an echo, you guys.
Oh, my friend Christy's in here.
Hey, Christy, thanks for joining. Okay, I don't think we have the echo. I think I fixed that problem. So I just need to call Cosmic on Skype. 2 minutes early. We're 2 minutes early right now, so we're going to give him some time. I like being on time, you know? That's good. It's a good thing to be on time. So shout out to everyone joining. We have 23 on Twitch, 2 watching on YouTube. Welcome to everyone who just joined the stream. If it's your first time, this is what we do here. If you would like a reading, just let us know in the chat. Oh, hey to Corazon Crystal who tuned in. Just let us know in the chat that you would like a reading. Looks like Nikki B has requested a general reading. I am probably going to need someone. Now we're starting to need someone to manage the list. Is there anyone who would like to be the list manager in the chat? Because it looks like some people have requested chat while I was away. I see Nikki B wants one. I see Mr. Main wants one. And I'm sure other people want them. And that's awesome. I would love for you guys to all get readings. For now, I can manage it. It's just 2 people. It's just Nikki B and Mr. Main. So I can do that. I am going to bring Dr. Cosmic in, though. And I bet he might want to just jump in with a reading. We'll see. Let me give him the call. Hold on. I'm going to... you guys are going to hear the Skype call right here. Cecile wants a reading, too. So I have those 3. I'm going to call Dr. Cosmic. All right, so we got 4. So, yes, if someone would be interested in keeping track, that would be great. That would be helpful. And then we have Tamil. Yeah, 5 readings. That's a lot. Okay, I think Cosmic isn't online. Oh, okay. Let me let him know to get on Skype. He just hit me up on Instagram, so I know he's standing by. Calling on Skype. Boom. So I think he should get... Oh, Nikki B, thank you, if you don't mind helping out. So the way we do it is you just make the list in order as people set it. Some people have done it fancier, but just make the list in order. So it starts with, pretty sure yourself, right? And then everyone who said they want a reading. If you would like a reading to help Nikki out, to help me out, to help yourself out, say whether you want a general reading, and if you want a reading on a specific thing, say what you want a reading on. Also, if you'd like a reading, make sure you have clicked the purple follow button down there in the corner. Curly Q, you could totally have a follow-up reading. So make sure if you want a reading, you've clicked that purple follow button down there in the corner on Twitch. That is how you kind of unlock readings. And with one more of those, Andrea has to take a bong rip. So that's exciting for me. That's
because I don't do bong rips.
Yeah, that's not her thing. Oh, look at we've been live for 1 hour, 11 minutes, 111. Just saying. I noticed those. Oh, and then we have 22 watching on Twitch and 2 on YouTube. That's 222 also. So 2 trips right now, and then Grimnir 333 obviously is up there in the corner. So we have 111, 222, and 333 on screen. This is an auspicious moment, I think. This is an auspicious moment. Let me try calling Dr. Cosmic again. My phone's about to die, and that's how I've been reaching out to him. So hopefully he picks up on Skype. Okay, I hear it doing the ringing noise. I gotta up the volume or I won't be able to hear him. I can put on my headphones, but then Andrea won't be able to hear him. Okay, he is not online still. We'll try him again in a few minutes. Okay, cool. Okay, that's nice and loud. So we'll try calling him again in a few minutes. If you can text him, that's great, because my phone just died. Whew! Well, hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in again. We have been... it's been quite a journey. It's been quite a journey. We're close to hitting the 150. There's just an hour and a half left. If someone can hit the follow, I do want to make sure it's adding time. I think it is. It should be adding 2 minutes for every follow. But we will see. Cool. Cecile, thank you for putting that list together. And obviously those numbers will be fluid, but that's fantastic. The other way, of course, to add time, if you feel so inclined, you can go to this link up here. That one, streamlabs.com/HoodooMoses. And donating any amount will add time to the timer. And you can do that right through PayPal through there. Give me 1 second here. I like holding the bong near the mic because then it makes sound for you guys. I need to pack this. You know what? The Wild Thai was a really good way to start off. It's not very strong. It's sativa. You know, it's a landrace. Good classic strain. Not going to get anything. It's not this modern weed that gets you all crazy in the head. So that's a good place for me to go. Good place for me to start. And yeah, if you're just joining us and you want a reading, just say so in the chat. Now, for those of you folks who are getting readings, Esoterico Isra, thank you for joining us. Can I ask you to please do me a favor? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And smash that follow button in the corner down there. That will help us a great deal. It'll put a cool graphic on the screen. It'll put more time on the timer for the stream. And it'll cause Andrea back there to have to fulfill her word. So if you have that opportunity, I would love that. Thank you. Now, who else are we? For everyone on the list, Nikki B, Mr. Main, Cecile, Shari, everybody, do me a favor and just type in here general or what you specifically want a reading on. I know you may have already said it. There it is. Thank you, Andrea. Andrea. There we go.
How do I even work this thing?
Oh, I'll do the whole thing for you. I'll do the whole thing. You just worry about creating suction. Wait, give me the lighter. I know people are thank you. Thank you for helping me do this. So just create suction. I will not give you too big a bomber. Do not break suction, though. That's the most important thing. Create suction and maintain suction. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. Kind of create suction. Go ahead. Make the bubble water bubble. There you go. Hard enough that it bubbles. There you go. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. There you go. All the way. All the way. Go. That was such a baby bong rip. You got lipstick all over my fucking bong.
Sorry.
Gross. Gross. Now it's going to taste like girls. Yuck.
You should be so lucky.
Yeah. I need a cloth. I don't know.
Let me clean it.
Can you grab that t-shirt over there?
Dude, let me just clean it.
Okay, fine.
Jesus, it's just lipstick.
Hey, Mr. Main, thank you, sir. Added some time to the timer. Did everyone see the time go up on there? Can you confirm that the time went up? I wasn't looking. I didn't know it was going to happen. Cool. Shrooms happen for me.
It's fine.
Okay, so shrooms, specifically, I'm eating the apes if we hit 150 down there. See that thing that's at 130, 86.67%? If we get that up to 150, before that gets to zero, I'm eating the apes, yeah. So, there you go. Holler at your friends. Tell them. Is my bong ready? Thank you. Victor Sierra, good to see you tuning in, bro. I missed our shooting date today, though I did take an epic nap. Did you watch any of those? Did you watch that first movie I sent you, bro? I hope you got to check that out. If not, commit time to it tomorrow. It's so up your alley. It's the most up your alley thing.
What movie is that?
It's The Spook Who Sat by the Door. It's the 70s. As I said, I've only been watching like black 70s movies all day. Did you cough? I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah?
I thought so.
You're not smoking till you're choking. Right?
Maybe. Okay.
Does that make you more high?
Yes, in some ways. There's a variety of reasons that coughing makes you more high. The most basic one is that you're not getting as much oxygen to your brain.
Oh.
Additionally, though, you're getting the smoke in like deeper parts of your lungs, so you're getting a more even absorption. You're absorbing more of the total cannabinoids in the smoke. You're opening up your lungs as you cough. And if you want to be all wacky about it like me, we always say that, new smokers cough because it coughs out the sickness in you, the evil in you, the cold or whatever. And old smokers don't have any left because unless we accumulate it. Totally. Cool. A bunch of new people tuning in on Twitch. Welcome. Make sure you smash that follow button in the bottom right-hand side of your screen. That will allow me to go longer and get me closer to my goal of 150 followers, which unlocks some cool things for everybody. Mac Mittens, welcome.
I think Doc is about to be ready.
Okay, cool. You let me know when he's ready and I'll just hit him on Skype. This is a general reading for Nikki B right now.
He said he's going to his office now. So does that mean...
Yes, he's about to be ready. Okay, Nikki B.
Nice.
Your general reading. There we go. All right, let's go. Grimnir, I will tell you a story about that after this reading.
That's so interesting, because you pull, so many cards. Is that a general?
Yeah. There we go. Thank you for that donation, Corazon Crystal. That definitely added time to the timer. I saw that.
Fascinates me.
Okay. That zombie's running right at Andrea. That's fucking hilarious.
Scary.
Yeah, right at her face. It's going to eat your brain. It's your brain that they're going after. Okay, Nikki B, I'm looking at your general reading here. First of all, I'm seeing you're making movement now, and I have to say congratulations, good job, you are doing well. The general progress you're making, both in just being active, getting things done, it looks like maybe you're exercising again, getting back into your routine. Also, though, you're really focusing on your relationships in a beneficial way, and that's good. All this stuff is good. I'm liking all that stuff. I feel like you're in touch with some pretty satisfying things. Now, there's an interesting thing going on with money here, as in you've been waiting for money and now you're learning to budget more. You kind of went from a period of not having to having, or you're coming into a period of having, and kind of knowing how to handle that, how to budget that money is going to be important for you right now. There's also an interesting contrast brought out here between sort of the internal and the external, how you see yourself, how others see you, that sort of thing. How do I want to put this? How you see yourself comes up as the Tower, basically like a huge mess, like Tasmanian Devil. And how others see you is Nine of Pentacles, abundance. So I think there may be room for you to let up on self-judgment and realize how much you give to the people around you how much you mean to them. Okay, that's really important to you because that leads on a path from 9 of Pentacles to 10 of Pentacles, which is inheritance. It means financial inheritance, but in general, because we're going from 9 to 10 in the same suit, it means progress, both in terms of yourself, in terms of your stability with yourself, in terms of your, what's the word I'm looking for? That sense of security. That's the word I'm looking for. Overall sense of security. And that's in terms of yourself, right? Like as opposed to insecurity, right? That's very much trying to come through for you to, and is the way you're going to be able to see that is look for your reflection in other people. Look for your reflection in how people respond. And that's what I got for you. Thank you very much for letting me read for you. Hey, Corazon Crystal, I just saw that was for Santo Nino. Would you like me to, offer a candle to him for you or something? I can definitely do that, not inside, but I'll go do that out in the temple to him, if you would like that. And just let me know if you want that. Okay, who's next? I saw all those numbers. Next is a general reading for Cecile. Cecile, our list keeper. Thank you, Cecile. Cecile, you're in Las Vegas. Is that why you're 808? Oh, no, 808's not Vegas. Is it? I can't remember. 707 is NorCal. 808 is Vegas. Yep. If I'm not mistaken. Hey, thank you. Esoterico Isra. 10 bones. Thanks very much. Keeping that timer going, making that zombie run. Unfortunately, Andrea's not there for it to run to, but I greatly appreciate that. And I like that you guys are adding time. That's really important. All right, I'm going to try calling Dr. Cosmic right now. We'll see if we can get him on the line. Ready? Here comes the Skype call. Hopefully you guys will hear it. I don't hear it, so hopefully you hear it. Is it in my headphones? It says Cosmic isn't online. Okay, hopefully Andrea's like on the phone with him right now. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, wow. Cool. Corazon Crystal says, I can do a candle for you. You venerate him yourself and have passed down photo from your grandma and a statue. That's awesome. That's really cool. I like that it said Gmail, but I knew you meant Gma. Because I didn't think that Gmail was handing out statues. Because I've had a Gmail account a long time and they never offered me one. But yeah, that's really, really, really cool. Yeah, Santo Nino is someone that I have, is a spirit I worked with originally to connect with and help with people in prison, right? That's one of his patronages. So, yeah, I have a great deal of affection for him. He has some toys out there and candy and stuff. But I will be glad to burn a candle for you. Okay, Grimnir, I owe you a story. I believe it was both Thrace and the Scythians who burned cannabis. And so my former colleague, a really close friend at the time, Adam Dunn, he founded a big seed company in Amsterdam. He's done a lot of great things in the cannabis world in Amsterdam. Bit of a legend. We had a podcast together for many years. Anyway, Dunn made this thing called the leaf blower, which was a leaf blower that he modified with basically a giant bowl. And ultimately, it had all kinds of glass, and we could put dabs in there and all that stuff. But it had this huge bowl and a big screen, and you needed at least, I want to say at least 3/4 of a pound to even make it worth firing up. But we would have these big parties, and we did it in a warehouse once, which was awesome. We smoked out my whole warehouse. Like, tons of people brought herb. But we did it in a tent. You know, he would set up a tent, like a pop-up, easy-up tent. And you'd go in there, and, yeah, they'd put, like, a pound or two in the air real quick. And it was painful and confusing. It just burns. It burns your eyes. It burns your nose. It burns everything. But it burns you clean. It's so good. It's such a wonderful thing. And you really only need to be in there for like 3 minutes and you're completely saturated with THC. Like it's as high as you get. Like it's as high as you can get. You get very, very, very quickly. So yeah, that is my story for you, Grimnir, along those lines. All right, let me take another rip here. And then I have Cecile's general reading. Cecile's general reading. Oof. I got too much stuff under the desk. I got all my water glasses and stuff. Oof. Make sure that we don't make a mess. Very important. Okay, Grimnir. Sorry, Cecile. General reading for Cecile coming. And then list keeper, whoever's the list keeper. Hey, Geo Valentine. Thanks for that follow. That's awesome. We have 19 more, and I'm joining Grimnir in the land of the fungus, I guess. And frankly, as you guys keep doing that, and now there's an hour 49 left, like 19 and an hour 49 is actually seeming rather likely. In the beginning, it seemed unlikely, but the further it goes, it's seeming more. I'd bet on it at this point. Okay, Cecile. So this is a general reading for Cecile. We want to know what she needs to know right now. All right, let's see what message they have for you, Cecile. It's a very Cecile-looking card, Princess of Wands. Crossed with the Nine of Wands. Okay, so this is like a Mercury retrograde period for you. Crowned by the Moon. I mean, it's a Mercury retrograde period for everyone, but this reading has to do with that. Crowned by the Moon and supported by Seven of Swords. Behind you, another very Cecile-looking card. I don't know what you look like, Cecile, but I associate the name with an image, you know. The Princess of Coins. And before you, the Queen of Coins. Wow, okay. You're in a Mercury retrograde test right now, and I think you're doing very well. And I think you are... this is a period of real growth for you. Let me talk a little bit about Mercury retrograde and what that means for those who are familiar or are not familiar. What retrograde means in general is that the way it looks from Earth when we look out at space, and sometimes it looks like certain planets are out of order or have fallen behind in their order. That's known as a retrograde period. They're not actually falling behind. It just looks like that from Earth, but relatively speaking, it's what's happening. So astrologically speaking, no, sort of astronomically speaking, a retrograde period speaks to a chance to revisit the past. We may be tested again. We may be lessons from the past will be brought up again to see if we handle them better or differently. So Mercury retrograde, Mercury governs communication. Mercury governs transactions. Mercury governs technology. Mercury governs magic, a bunch of other stuff. But as far as Mercury retrograde especially goes, we consider those things to be especially strained because Mercury's not in line to help us with those. So that's sort of the negative thing you hear about Mercury retrograde a lot. And like one thing that the minimum I always follow is not to initiate any new agreements during the Mercury retrograde period. Some of these things include not signing contracts, don't make any new deals, but don't start any new businesses, don't start any new things. Also, for spiritual workers, don't start any new conjurations. This is bad luck. But it's an excellent time, therefore, by contrast, to do basically anything that starts with the prefix re. Revise, revisit, repeat, review. All those things are great for Mercury retrograde. So, Cecile, what's going on? So, the one thing that happens often in Mercury retrograde is people from your past, usually people from your past, more than ideas or themes or anything like that, people from your past will come back up. And this is a challenge. How do you deal with that? This is the time classically known for toxic exes just texting you in the middle of the night, right? Or maybe not even toxic exes, but exes. And this is always a chance for you to, on the one hand, demonstrate, but more importantly, like embody, right, the growth and change you've had since the last time, right? If you fall back into old patterns, you're going to take steps back in your overall growth. Now, why I'm saying this all for you, okay? Let me show you cards. So, representing you, Princess of Wands, right? Crossing you, I have the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands, we associate that with PTSD. It's the wary veteran, right? It's someone that is on guard, okay? So between that on guardness, then we have a couple things. You're crowned by the Moon. The Moon is, of course, one of the cards of femininity. Also the card of change, card of mystery, different looks, different, the Moon changes phase, right? Changing of mood, changing of emotions, changing of things like that. Beneath you, right, at your feet, Seven of Swords. In this one looking pretty scary, but in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith one of my favorite cards. The Rider-Waite-Smith Seven of Swords is the sneaky guy. And he's often involved in affairs, cheating, things like that. So it's possible that an ex who is now in a relationship will be in touch with you in this period, and it's up to you to be the bigger person on this. That's the challenge, right? Here's the sneaky guy, right? So this is the traditional Rider-Waite. Again, he looks way less scary here. In fact, he has a yellow background here, which means he's a positive card to me. Whereas this one, he looks really scary. But yeah, so that's there. Now, the other thing, the reason there's growth in this, and why that I think this is very strong for you and foundational, is you are going from a Princess of Pentacles in the past to a Queen of Pentacles. So from a princess to a queen in the same suit, right? So this is growth. This is major maturation. This is going from chasing after something to mastering something. And that is the step to make, right? Esoterico, we'll see. Your reading's coming up. It wouldn't be surprising if we see some themes coming back. Nikki B, just the link up here, streamlabs.com/hoodoo-moses. Just type that in your browser. Thank you. Greatly appreciate donations. That is awesome. Now, let me try getting Dr. Cosmic in. He is not showing up as online for me. That's true. Let me give it a shot. And then if not, Andrea can call him. I'm glad you guys are hearing it, because I'm not. Maybe it's in my phones? No, I don't hear it at all. Huh. Nope, he's not online. Okay, I'm going to have Andrea give him a text or a call in a moment here. She's on the phone. But when she's off that call, I'll have him reach out to Cosmic. Yeah, you're going from the... Oh, and Cecile, let me ask you, what's your astrological makeup, astrological sign? Happily Ever After on YouTube. Welcome. Thank you. Oh, Nikki B, you cannot click the link. If you try clicking it, it won't work. I'm going to try typing it in to make sure the page works. Give me 1 second. If for some reason they took it down because, I don't know, I'm not cool enough. Or too cool. Probably not cool enough, though. Let's see. So streamlabs.com/hoodoo-moses. Yep, it just came up for me. So try typing it in. Happily Ever After. You're new here? Well, welcome. It's awesome to have you here. I'm really grateful. Well, let me give you the lay of the land. So I'm here. There's a timer. Let's start with that. There's a timer right there. When that thing runs out, I go off stream. There's also a bar down there. That's just how we track my followers on Twitch. And when we hit 150, I have pledged to eat some very strong mushrooms. And we'll see how that goes. You can see the chat here. So if you're watching on YouTube, which I believe you are, you'll see everyone on Twitch who's interacting as well. And then, of course, up here's the donate link. So a couple things. If you donate or follow, we get more time on here. If you... And we get closer on here. The other thing to be aware of is... Oh, thank you, Esoterico, for putting that donate link in there. The other thing to be aware of is if you'd like a reading, which is what we're kind of all here for, go ahead and just type in the chat that you'd like a reading, and either that you want a general reading, or if you want a specific reading, what you want a reading on. And then someone is maintaining the list. I can't remember who maintained the list. Cecile808 is maintaining the list. Oh, Cecile, you're a Capricorn. Dead fucking on then. Capricorn's ruled by Earth. So the Pentacles are Earth, right? So this is your growth. This is absolutely important to you. And everything to do with growth for a Capricorn has to do with realizing it's not a competition. It's not everything. But realizing it's not a competition is a major part of growth for Capricorn. Okay? So one way or another, that's your lesson to face right now. And I'm going to tell you that moon in the Seven of Swords is, again, laying... Whether it's an ex from the past, which, again, I do think it is. I think it's an ex who's moved on. But if it manifests in a different way, that test is coming for you to see how you've grown. Okay? So apply it. Cool. Happily Ever After. Just at Cecile808, or I'll just say Cecile808. Just please do me a favor and update the list when you have a moment while you're soaking that all in. And Happily Ever After, if you want a general reading or you want a reading on something specific, just let me know. Now, let me find where the list was. Mr. Main, general reading. Is that right? I think so. That seems right. Oh, Sherry. Sorry. Sherry. Oh, Mr. Main. Shoot. All right, let me look at the list, because now I'm confused. I have Mr. Main 3 and Sherry 4. So Mr. Main. Oh, and then I have Curly on there, too. Oh, this is getting confusing for me. All right, Mr. Main, I know you're next. I'm going to do you next. You had a reading Thursday. You just have a few questions. You were prescribed a bath, but you don't have a tub. Can you do it with a small bucket instead? Yes, you can. You can just pour it over you in the shower. Yes, sir. And what conjure card do I suggest you carry after the blockbuster work you were prescribed? You have the 5 of Diamonds, which is the purification. You have many others as well. Well, it depends. I would go through your blockbuster. I don't really... Usually we want to go with sweet after we do something bitter, right? That blockbuster or whatever the case may be. After that, you want to do a sweet and attracting thing. So it's very much as to what you want attracted to you. Oh, we have Miss Main and Miss Tamil. That's very confusing. I apologize, Miss Tamil. So, Mr. Main, we'll just answer your follow-up. As far as the conjure cards, let me see what we got in stock. Give me real quick. For those who are wondering what the heck he's talking about, the conjure cards are a project I do where I made a cologne for each of the cards in the playing card deck. And let's see. Are you asking of the cards you have, Mr. Main, or you're asking of the cards that I have in stock? Just help me clarify on that. I am sold out of King of Diamonds, dang. Let's see, do I have... Let's see. So, I mean, again, it depends what you're looking for, but Queen of Hearts and Jack of Hearts are both available. And those, Jack of Hearts is for attraction, Queen of Hearts is more for friendship. 9 of Diamonds might be a good one to get some guidance. That one's intuition and dreams. So that might be a good one if you're kind of looking for the next thing to go to. There's also the 2 of Hearts for friendship. The 6 of Hearts for wisdom might be another one, kind of on the guidance tip. It seems like your roads have been closed for a little while. So when they get... Oh, of the ones you have. Well, you got to go ahead and list the ones you have, bro. I could pull up your account, but that would take a moment. That would distract me from things. All right, I'm going to try to pull up your account in the store. This is service, folks. I love to do this for you guys. This is what it's all about. Let's see. Mr. Main, can I do this? Will this work? Yeah. Okay, bro. So let me see your conjured cards here. You got that Michael Stone. Definitely carry that Michael Stone with you. You got a road opener candle. I would do that road opener candle if you still have it right after your blockbuster. Oh, shit. I'm clicking through other people's accounts. My bad. You don't... Those are other people. This is you. Where are your orders? Oh, it's just not showing it on here. Okay, give me a minute, bro. I gotta pull up. It's not showing to me as easily as I thought. So you got a Treasures of the Earth. I'm not trying to put all your business out there either. Why don't you tell me what you got? That's going to be way better. Yes, I would wait till after the retrograde is over to do the work. Well, hey, Tamil, thanks for the subscription. Or Tia Meal, whichever that was. I apologize if I said it wrong. Retrograde is a fine time to remove anything starting with a re, right? So remove, yeah, fine time. I would wait till after the retrograde just to initiate whatever your next thing is, yes. Saturn is also retrograde right now, so that's actually bringing up a lot of other things, but we'll leave it at that for now. Cool, so Mr. Main, I hope I have answered your question. So then Miss Tamil is up next. Or is it Miss T. Emil? You tell me. I don't want to say it wrong. Out here sounding like a fool. Okay, cool. Okay. Well, let me get my cards shuffled here. And this is general. Right. Shuffle again. Shuffle again. And I wonder what Andrea's doing. Just going through my house doing stuff. Maybe she's outside smoking. I don't know. I hope she calls Dr. Cosmic. Okay, Miss Tamil. Let's see what message the deck has for you. There we go. Let's see what we got. The Tower coming out a lot tonight. Oh, Miss Tamil. I may have some follow-up questions for you. Okay. Okay, good. I don't think I have follow-up questions. I wish I could give you a hug. Nikki B, thank you. Thank you for making the zombie run. Thank you for adding the time. Miss Tamil, I wish I could give you a hug. It looks like you've gone through loss, and now you have been sort of beset by your own thoughts, feeling very trapped. I'm seeing that the good news I have for you is that there is movement now. Possibly a male figure, older male figure, a kind of a benefactor helping things move. A lot of fire. The Emperor on your head, King of Wands beneath you. Could be an ancestor. Could very well be an ancestor. They're both like elderly, fiery gentlemen. You are moving from that stagnation that you've been in, the Chariot here. And the Fool is before you, and that's why I feel like it's okay. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not. Some of the early stuff in here, and just what I'm seeing in the recent past, was a little concerning. But it does look like it's absolutely going to clear up. That Fool is speaking to me of a new journey. I think this is just a fresh start. I don't think it's a new career or anything like that, but a fresh start. It doesn't look like it's a geographic change, but first of all, a change in luck. I do see the Wheel in here as well, along with the Fool. That said, I want to say that I see a lot of hurt around relationships from times of trouble, right? The Five of Pentacles, and then right with that, I have the Three of Swords. So anyway I read that, that's heartbreak, that's loss. I don't necessarily see like loss in terms of death, but I do definitely see just a lot of really difficult things to deal with. Even people that you have been loyal to, or have been loyal to you in the past, just sharp words and sharp feelings between you. Now, again, I have good news. I think this is all gonna change up. Big change coming for you, and I have the Three of Cups as an outcome for you, along with that Fool there. So I have a feeling you're going to kind of get into a new scene, get into a new crowd, and you should be looking for that. You should be kind of trying to mix it up right now. There is a definite movement from kind of sadness and stagnation towards, happiness, joy, fulfillment, open roads, new, a change. That's definitely in the cards for you. So, seek that. Be courageous about it. You may need to be courageous. I see Dr. Cosmic is calling. Dr. Cosmic? Can you hear me, sir? Now, Dr. Cosmic, I need to do something because, I have to make sure everyone can hear you.
Let me put my headphones in.
Okay. Now, let me ask everyone, does that sound good to you guys? Does Kaz echoey because I'm on speakers and not headphones? I need you to tell me. Kaz, I'm going to ask you to make a little sound. I'm going to ask you to make a little... Yeah, there you go. Just talk so these folks, lovely folks here can... He sounds good, they say. Okay, good. I just want to make sure it's not echoing because on my mic. But good. Sounds like they can hear you. And Miss Tamil, yeah, that emotional confusion, that emotional complexity and all that, it's really thoughts more than emotions that are happening because it's second guessing and double thinking and all that. Just move past and through. New set. Wait till Mercury comes stations direct again, because a lot of what
here we go. Okay.
a lot of what you're experiencing right now is related to the Mercury retrograde, in terms of feeling that. But take this time to kind of just get perspective, center, take time to yourself. Even don't isolate yourself by any means, but if you don't feel guilty about taking time to yourself, not making plans, things of that nature. Okay. That's and then as soon as Mercury stations direct, Doc, do you know when Mercury stations direct?
No, I'm just getting into my office here. Let me get.
Let me pull that up. June 22nd, Mercury stations direct. June 22nd. So you got about a little 3 weeks. Within 3 weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks, and start kind of mixing it up there. With new people, new crowds, new scenes, definitely in your social life. And that'll bring a whole new freshness to things. Okay, let me see who's up next.
When's the best time to buy you a gift, Moses?
The best time to buy me a gift? Is that what you said? Anytime.
Like a really good gift.
Oh, anytime.
Like a whoa, Doc kind of gift.
Well, anytime. I will be grateful anytime I receive that. It's sort of comes to when's the best time for you to buy a gift like that. I saw
something in it, and it said,
it spoke to you?
I belong to Moses.
It spoke to you? Wow.
Will you help me get there? And I said, I think I might.
So maybe also ask that thing when the best time to buy it is. All right, who's next? Sherry wants a general reading. Doc, are you feeling like reading tonight? I didn't even check in with you about that yet.
What kind of readings are these? Who are these people?
They're people who are in the chat. Say hello. Oh, you're not on Twitch. You can't see. I forgot. Are you watching the Twitch, or you're just kind of called in on Skype?
I'm just kind of calling in. I got
screen
on one side, then I got my earbuds in.
Yeah, we'll let you settle in. We'll let you settle in. We'll let you.
What am I supposed to be doing?
Settle in. Pull up Twitch on your spare screen. Just get comfortable. Relax. You just joined us. We've been going. We're in a groove here. You hit your groove.
But you know what?
What's that?
Hoodoo is good.
Hoodoo is good.
Certainly is.
All right. Someone's saying in chat. Let me just get this cleared up. Okay, Sherry is asleep. That's Catherine's cousin.
Oh, that's the cousin. Okay. How is the cat?
There's no cat here. What cat?
Just who?
Here?
She doesn't have a cat?
No, there's no cat at my house. That's for sure.
No, not your house. I'm talking about her.
Oh, well, I got to do Curly. Curly. Wait, is it Morningstar or is it Curly, Cecile? I think it's Curly. Curly's follow-up career, is it not? Or is it Morningstar? I'm confused on the list. I'm gonna take a bong rip and let you guys figure that out for me. I trust you.
Let me go get something hot off the stove. Then I don't do that.
Oh, I may not have to eat this much. Oh, there's more people watching on Twitch. Well, if you're watching on Twitch, make sure you click that follow button in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. That will help us achieve a lot of our goals, add more time to the timer, and I'll let you get a reading done if you want. So go ahead and do that. Okay, so whoever's next on my list. Okay, Curly, then Morningstar. Excellent. And yeah, if you're just watching on Twitch and you haven't hit the follow yet, that's all you got to do. And then type in the chat that you want a reading. You can get a reading. Even if you don't want a reading, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and hit the follow. Doc, I'm going to mute you while you're working with the stove there.
Okay.
All right. Whoops, I muted me. I didn't mute Doc. That was the wrong mute. Here we go. Now I've muted Doc. Oh, you know what? You guys can still hear him. I got to mute him on Skype.
I'll go mute myself. Hold on.
Okay. Well, I got you too. There we go. We got Doc muted for now. We'll bring him back in in a few minutes. Okay. Curly would like a follow-up reading on career. Curly, can you just remind me, because, I did a lot of readings. Were there any particular cards that stuck out that I emphasized to you? Because we want to keep an eye out for those when we read again. And again, welcome to everyone who's just joining us on Twitch. Thanks for coming. If it's your first time, welcome. If it's not your first time, then welcome back. That's how that goes. And do make sure to smash that follow button in the lower right to put more time on this. You know, if we get 19, we got about an hour and a half left here. Right? But then again, when you hit the button, it'll add more time. And then if I get those 19 likes, then at least Victor, Sierra, and Grimnir will be excited that I'm eating mushrooms. Maybe others. We'll see. I had a good nap this afternoon, so it's plausible. Highly plausible. Okay. Curly wants a career follow-up. Death card. 6 of Wands. The Sun. Your buddy. There's 2 drowning cards. This is one. There's another one, too. Okay. Well. This is interesting. No, I wish I remembered our last reading. Because I feel like it did not say this. And I should have told you. I should have told you right off the bat that we didn't want to follow up on anything specific. But this looks like a major career shift for you. Death card at the center representing you, unless you're like a death doula or something. Crossing you, 6 of Wands, the card of victory and recognition. On top of you, crowning you, the Sun, the additional card of victory and recognition. The interesting thing is that beneath you, supporting you, is not very good support at all. 9 of Swords, worries, fears, ongoing anxiety. Okay, last one was general. Good. Now, this is really interesting. Where you're coming from, where you're going to, kind of laid out across each other. King and Queen of Swords. King and Queen of Swords. So, there's a big idea coming to fruition for you. Whether there's a career change or just a turning point for you. I should ask what type of work you do. Let's do that. Are you self-employed? Do you work for someone else? What's going on there? I'm going to go ahead and unmute Doc. Come on, unmute. There we go. Whew. I think I'm going to bring Andrea back to read soon, too, because I'd like a break. It's hot in this room. So yeah, Curly Q, tell me more about your career, your what you do. Yeah, you're basically your field and employment type. And I promise I won't tell the IRS. You are self-employed? Okay. And what type of work are you doing? Or have you been doing? Because I have a feeling that's about to change for you. Cool. I see the upcoming list. Thank you, Cecile, for keeping me up to date. I appreciate that. The lag back and forth is frustrating. Whoa, 3333. Sweet. No, sorry, I was referring to the time left was 1 hour, 33 minutes, and 33 seconds. 33 seconds. Seconds. Practicing talking. Catering driver. Okay, yeah. It is time for you to take quite a leap on that, Curly Q. IT. Yes. Well, okay, so that's these 2 swords. Yeah. The swords govern thought, thinking, ideas, very much where IT lives. Whereas driving would be more the wands. And I see the 6 of Wands. That's probably working for you. But this change is here for you now, and you're afraid of it, but don't be afraid of it. You can handle this. I'm getting the sense that some of your anxieties or fears are about your mental capabilities, your intellectual capabilities. Can you learn this shit? Can you handle this intellectually? And I am here to tell you, you very definitely can. You're crowned by the sun here. There's no doubt about it. That is a very fruitful thing for you, and you should go into it eagerly, like be an eager student of it. That career change is definitely what is there. So with that said, I wish
who was that?
Oh, there he is. There's Doc. Welcome back.
Who was that?
That was for Curly Q 0929.
Curly Q 0929.
Curly Q 0929 is like my best friend because
What's your
Curly
bet?
Q, well, they are as of our last meeting because if I'm not mistaken, that's a Sag Sun, Scorpio rising. I can't remember your moon, but it was something awesome too. Remind me, Curly Q. You don't actually even have obstacles. It's not an obstacles are yourself. Like the fears are unfounded. The fears are unfounded. You can handle this. It's going to take scholarship, but you are capable of it. You are capable of it. Does that make sense? It's not an obstacle issue. I actually didn't even see any obstacles whatsoever. But just that message that it's, death card, time for a change, and that you can handle this. Dr. Cosmic, would you care to do an ancestor reading for Morningstar?
Well, I don't do ancestor readings.
Oh, Scorpio rising, Virgo moon, Sagittarius sun. That's why Curly Q and I are super buddies. Now, can you see? Does that make sense to you?
What was it rising?
Scorpio rising, Virgo moon, Sag sun.
Oh, yeah.
Total one of my buddies, right? Like you could definitely, yep, that's a hangout with Moses. Doc doesn't do well. Ancestors or guides, I guess. Morningstar. The question is, you want to know?
What do they want to change?
Yeah, well, I want to know what their question is. Like, what is the message their spirits have for them? Because none of us is going to tell you who your guides are per se, or tell you about your ancestors.
Yeah, I don't do like medium. I'm a prophet. I don't do
we're
like
not,
that
yeah.
ship and stuff like that. And it's 3:47 in the morning. If your people's up right now, then that's a whole other issue by themselves. They should be asleep anyway.
Well, let me get Andrea in here though. Hold on.
Yeah. She
Doc,
does.
why don't you entertain? Because she's got mediumistic capacities.
Okay.
She was drawn. This is the first time she's been to my house. She was immediately, like, after I showed her around, she was like, "Can I go over to your ancestor altar and ask about one specific person?" And she asked about the only ancestor who I had a close living relationship with.
Oh. Well, look, I guess I got to look into the. Okay, so how do I pull the chat back up?
Oh, okay. So Esoterico Isra would like a reading from you, Doc.
Oh.
A general reading. Would you? But that's. Well, I don't want to skip. I don't want to skip our cue here.
Is it because I'm called Master Prophet? They think, he must really know stuff.
Well, you're not in the chat, so they can't see that. Actually, they just know.
Oh, well,
they called you the doctor. They know I'm calling you Doc, and they know I don't call me Doc. Honestly, I think it's your commanding voice.
There was somebody there just a moment ago, and they want me to prophesy, and what I saw was I saw them as it were in a summit.
In a what?
In a summit.
Like a meeting. Yeah, like a big group.
Yeah, some type of like a tech. I saw a few things. Number one, I saw a consultant. They needed to connect with the consultant to help them make the next big leap. The second thing is that, unbeknownst to them, there is a place for them in the future, and there is a place for them in the technological future. They need a navigator to help them there, and it's going to come in the form of a consultant. I also saw, as I said before, some type of summit, some type of gathering of minds that they need to be in the mix of. And I want to say it's almost virtual, like a Zoom type of situation that's really going to begin to put them in their field for the next 5 to 8 years. They need to be in the room with those who can see beyond where they are right now. I'm looking at them in some type of summit, some type of tech summit almost. There's something that's going to be a very easy bridge for them to move from the field that they are into the field they need to go. So that's what I would say to them.
Okay, Dr. Cosmic. So, I gotta come clean. Andrea said that when we had 130 followers, she would take a bong rip, and she took one, and she's much too high. And so she can't come read, and I'm sorry for getting your goddaughter too high, but she kind of did it to herself.
Well, we tell people, don't be just saying stuff just willy-nilly just because you know.
All
okay.
Right. I'm gonna ask you to do one more, and then I actually have a topic of conversation for you because it came to me before. I was just describing.
Uh-oh.
I was describing Mercury Retrograde, how one should not enter new contracts during a retrograde, and I'd love to.
Well, that's not necessarily true.
All right, put a pin in that. I'll be back. We'll pick up on that point. I like that. That's an intriguing point. These people love you.
Who loves me?
All these people.
Who are these people?
There are
this unrequited love.
Cecile 808 says Doc reminds her of her grandfather, who was a preacher.
No, that's a great commendation.
You should come in here.
I thought I was there. I don't know where I am.
Are you in the Twitch?
I feel like I'm twitching myself.
All right. Well, it's twitch.tv/HoodooMoses if you want to find it. Urban Majesty, I got good news for you. You don't need to screen record it because I'm going to put up the recording after we're done. It automatically gets posted, and then you can come back, play through, and you can actually clip out, right through Twitch, you can clip out just your reading and save that clip. It's really easy. So it's built in. So
how do you do? Oh, I got to learn all this.
I don't know.
Remember we talked about.
I don't know how to do it, but someone told me.
I can't say that because we haven't branded yet. But remember I'll tell you back channel. But this is like channel. Probably what's going to be. I'm
putting in my proxy. You're going to be working with my proxy here. I know it's hard to tell the difference because it's a perfect effigy of me. But let's do it really spooky. I'll put it in the box of the skull. All right. So here's a human skull. Human skull in a box. Here's my effigy. There you go. There's. I'll be right back.
And what am I supposed to be doing?
Chit chat, talk to the people.
Talk to the people I'm talking to.
Prophesy.
Okay, now I'm in.
If you just want to I think that your voice is just so amazing, Doc, and especially when you can't see you, it's like the voice of God. So you can basically say anything to these people, and I think they'll be pretty happy.
Okay. Don't take anything I say against Moses. The views and opinions expressed here are not necessarily those of Holy Mountain Spiritual Temple or its affiliates or its subsidiaries.
But believe it or not, we endorse the shit out of them.
Thank you. Okay, I'm in the chat. Okay, I said that the eyes seem a little bit off there. And I want to know what he has to say to me. And he's definitely reminding me of my old pastor. I hope he's not old because y'all fired him. And, old as so many different. Old as in, is he old as in age? Old as in he's fired? Old as in we left? Old as in he's dead? I don't know. Urban Majesty said Wayman. I'll take Wayman over payment, that's for sure. It's like my grandfather used to cruise the heavens down and sing to. I don't know about no singing. Water from the East is good for just about everything. But anything water is good for, it's good for. It's good for healing and cleansing. And it's interesting you bring that up just like that because I need to head on out there. I normally go about at least once a year, cold and everything like that. But it's so good. Let me tell you, it's good for baths. It's so good for baths, and it's so good for floor washers. Oh, let me tell you, it's so good for floor washers. So good for floor washers. I was well surprised myself. Just a little cap full of I didn't even put them on you. I put a cap full of pine salt. I had prepared some pine salt, fixed some pine salt with some stuff. And early today I was going to make a cauliflower bath. Have some extra cauliflower and from the soup early, and I said I'm gonna make a bath for this. But yeah, it's good for cleanse. It's good for everything. It's good for everything. That can you give some tips on lucid dreaming or astral projection? Well, the scripture says that the silver cord, right? The silver cord, and the breaking of the not the wooden vessel, the clay vessel. But I like what happened, all throughout the scriptures. You find them going into astral projection, because all astral projection is the soul realm. Just the soul realm. Your soul is not a thing. It's also a place. You see, it's got mountains and trees and lakes and streams and valleys and so forth, and shadows and things like that. It has a topology to it, a geography, if you will. And so all astral projection is in the soul realm. Okay. Now, that being said, I think about the prophet Ezekiel. Okay. Who especially, I don't know if you've got dreadlocks, or excuse me, just locks. I don't think nothing dreadful is about my hair, but some people, they call them dreadlocks. I just call them locks. But I think it's Ezekiel chapter 8 where God snatched Ezekiel out of his body. He pulled him up by his locks, put him right up by his hair. Yes, I tell chicks now, I pull him out here. They like to be the one to scratch all on your back and got them dirty stiletto nails and like talons, and they think it's cute and sexy, and you're the man, so you can't show that you really want to cry. And I don't mind. I guess I don't mind the locks being pulled. I don't like them pulled when they need to be done. I don't know if anybody ever had locks. Like your scalp gets sensitive when it's time for them to get retwisted. And I told her about that. Especially when you're gonna pull me one down, pull right out of my body. Then what you gonna do? Ezekiel. Ezekiel, I want to say chapter 8. Yeah. And it came to pass in the 6th year, in the 6th month, on the 5th day of the month, as I sat in my house with the elders of Judah, sitting before me, that the hand of the Lord God fell upon me there. And I looked, and there was a lightness like the appearance of fire, from the appearance of his waist and downward fire, and from his waist and upward like the appearance of brightness, like the color of amber. He stretched out the form of a hand and took me by a lock of my hair, and the Spirit lifted me up between earth and heaven and brought me in visions of God to Jerusalem. So, if you've got locks, for example, you can take this and make a packet out of it. And, before you lay down, tie it around one of the locks of your hair. Something with like, you want to do mugwort is pretty common. Also wormwood, star anise, and so forth. Things like if you're into crystals and that kind of thing. Tiger's eye and obsidian, amethyst, etc. Now, I don't really do a whole lot of astral travel and lucid. Well, I guess I do astral projection, but I work with certain spirits, and I work with them in the spirit world, you see. And so there are times when I'm at my shrine, I'm sitting at my pots, and we're, collaborating on a job. and they'll show me what they're seeing. So they'll kind of take me journeying with them through the spirit world. Now, what I would say is, if you are a natural psychonaut, okay, you naturally come out of your body, things like that. Some of you may be natural seers in that. In fact, I have a friend of mine, interesting, who just texted me, believe it or not, we must have been talking him up. That's always out of his body. And we have this running joke of one of my friends that he spends more time out of his body than he does in his body. But if you're like that, then you probably want to have a compass. Okay. Probably want to have a compass. And if you're working with spirits and you've got spiritual pots and things of that nature and fetishes and so forth, particularly those that go out from the shrine to do workings or what have you, to find things or whatever the case may be, then you need to set a 4-wind compass. Okay. And so I won't go into the fabrication of it here because a lot of it is, as you might imagine, mysteries. But you're going to need a bird. You're going to need 4 different feathers of birds. You're going to need to have bound up the 4 winds. Okay. And there's some other things that you put into this device, but you suspend it in your shrine, normally over where the spirits are, where you have them seated at. Okay. And this serves almost like GPS. Okay. So that your spirits can navigate in the spirit world. You know, we like to say there's no time and space in the spirit world, and that sounds real neat unless you're a spirit trying to move somewhere. That's not
trying to figure out to reach something in time and space.
Exactly. So that helps with a lot of the discombobulation, especially when you've got spirits that you can work with very, very well, that are often wild. Sometimes, they can get lost. Okay.
And it's like a homing pigeon almost when you give them a way to get home.
Exactly.
Well, let me get shout outs to everyone who's just joined us on Twitch. Make sure if you're joining us that you go ahead and click the follow button, the purple follow button with the heart in the lower right. That will enable you to get readings. Then you'll be able to type in the chat, say you want a reading, and you'll get on the list. Now, I am gonna get into the next reading, but Doc, we had just touched on the topic, and I know Morningstar is eagerly waiting for a love reading, etc. And we're going to get into those. But, Doc, we just touched on the topic before I stepped away of contracts and agreements in Mercury Retrograde. And you were just saying that it's not necessarily bad to make a contract. So why don't you expand on that? Well,
coyotes love to make contracts in Mercury Retrograde.
Oh, well, I'm giving general advice for folks here.
So what I'm getting at is that what happens in a Mercury, beyond Mercury, what happens in a planetary retrograde period? Well, the current that is flowing is reversed. Okay. Remember, there are 3 primary motions of the heavens. There is direct motion, stationary motion, and there is retrograde motion. Okay. Now, the sun and the moon have earned their right as king and queen of the heavens because they have no retrograde motion. Okay. The moon is not retrograde, neither is the sun retrograde. Every other planet does. Now, to put you in the mind of a retrograde planet, have you ever had to go somewhere, whatever, and walk outside the door, you get in your car, and you say, I'm forgetting something. But you can't put your finger on what it is you've forgotten to get. You start patting yourself down. Okay, I got my wallet, I got my phone, I got my keys. And you know it's something very critical. You get out the car, you go back in the house, you stand in the room, look around, and it's going to hit me. Let me go back to my room. Let me go to the back. Where was I at? I'm missing something. That feeling of almost derision. Okay, that is the feeling of being in retrograde. I need to go back because I've forgotten something. I don't know what it is I forgot, but I forgot something. Okay. Now, so when a planet is in retrograde, it means that its current has reversed. Okay. Let me give you an example of this. We're now in Pride Month. Okay. I forget the year. Was it 2012 or whatever it was, 2013? I think it was under the Obama administration when they had reversed the marriage, things against gay marriage and things like that. Well, that happened under a Saturn retrograde. In particular, he was retrograding through Libra. Now, Libra, of course, rules and governs partnership and ultimately marriage. Okay. It is also the sign in which Saturn exalts. He really loves Libra. Yes, he rules Aquarius, and yes, he rules Capricorn, but he's really most like himself. His favorite nephew,
111. Sorry, I was just pointing out the timer. Go ahead.
He
likes
Libra.
hanging out in Libra. He really digs it there.
Is Libra. And so when he was reversed, remember Saturn rules tradition, marriage, binding contracts, etc. The rings, as they say.
And now he's retrograde now too.
Yes, he's retrograde now too.
And he's retrograde now in Aquarius, I believe.
I will begin to give some predictions about that in a couple of weeks here.
I thought you were going to say a couple minutes. I was excited.
So it was under that retrograde Saturn that the traditional views of marriage that have been long-standing and put in law, what happened? Reversed. The current reversed. The current shifted. Now, to a direct question about Mercury retrograde and contracts.
Yes.
Mercury retrograde is a very powerful time for the discerning magi for magic. Why? Because the currents reverse. This is the time of the impossible. See, this is the time when you've been doing a ritual over and over and over and haven't getting the results. You do it under Mercury retrograde because now the current is reversed. So meaning that what might have been impossible before now becomes possible now. Point number 2. Therefore, if you are in a contract under Mercury retrograde, it can benefit you if you don't want that contract to always be as binding.
So that's an interesting point. It's like if you want to make a temporary contract or a contract that will be turned around. And the reason I brought it up actually, and this actually expands on the point, was, as I always remind people, contracts are conjurations and conjurations are contracts. So there's some power. We popped the breaker in Esoterica Isra's electricity. Conjurations are contracts and contracts are conjurations. So we can and ought to bear this in mind when we're making our conjurations during this period. Yes.
Yes, and yes.
Especially with Mercury in the mix.
Yes, because here's the guide to Mercury retrograde.
Oh, and what's up to Tata and GV? Thank you. I just saw you sneak in here. Thank you. Sorry, Doc. Guide to Mercury retrograde.
This is my last point to let you go to. The guide to Mercury retrograde is when Mercury. I don't know if your audience is familiar with Marvel or the Avengers or Norse mythology or anything of that background. But if you really want to see Mercury in retrograde, just think of the character from the Avengers called Loki. Okay. And so here we see Mercury in the mischief.
Mercury, the mischievous form of Mercury. Yeah, yes. It's the black Joker, not the red Joker.
Because remember, every show, every movie, every book, every whatever is simply the same story being told over and over again. It's the same 7 characters. It's just the same 7 characters. As a matter of fact, one of my trainees with my team, that's part of their homework in many cases, to do these analysis of movies and books to see, what planet is this character and in what aspect are they? Are they Mercury stationary? What sign are they in? Et cetera and so forth. Now, what am I getting at? So, when you are going through Mercury retrograde, remember something. I want to tell you this up front. And you may not help you this time. You're already in Mercury retrograde, but the next time it comes up, to help you. Write this down as a reminder to yourself.
It happens 3 times a year, so it will come in handy.
Yes. Is Mercury has one question to you when it shows up in retrograde. Wouldn't it be funny if?
You're bringing in my coyote, Doc. That was a coyote laugh.
Okay. That is how you avert the wiles of Mercury. Is you must laugh early. Remember, he's the jester, he's the joker, he's mischievous, he's looking for a prank. What most people do is they curse Mercury out, they don't laugh at him. So you know what he does? He tries harder the next time.
And if any of you guys have heard my advice about working with Coyote, this is the exact, you know this is exactly what I say, right? If the way he progresses the relationship is like, okay, we're laughing together, you like it when I play other jokes, you like when I do these tricks for you. Now I'm going to do this trick on you, I'm going to play this joke on you, and you still laugh as hard. 555 and 2122 up in the right. Sorry, Doc.
So this is what I wanted to say, just to help the people out. If you want to move forward, if you want to try to assuage some of that tension, okay, because everybody will not be affected the same way with Mercury retrograde. To this extent, people think it doesn't exist. It's not a thing because it's just a mind thing. Well, you will get your due. At some point in time, Mercury will hit a certain aspect that will affect your chart. You will feel it. It's going to depend, number one, not just, where Mercury retrograde is right here, right now, but the question is going to be what type of aspect is is it making, let's say, for example, with your native Mercury, number one. Number two, what house and what sign is that? That's going to show you where he's going to come knocking, asking you, wouldn't it be funny if? And my advice to you would be laugh the first time. He's going to give some small prank. You'll lose your keys or whatever, or the computer won't start on time. Just laugh it off. But if you go into frustration, it'll begin to build and build and build. Before you know it, you would have totally lost your car.
There's a few things. He doesn't like it when you don't have a sense of humor. It's really about you laughing and being like, Mercury, you clever devil. It's you have to acknowledge him, and if you ignore him, that's not acknowledging him. So I think that was really helpful, Doc. And thank you to Nikki B for another donation. Thank you very much. The donations, Nikki's watching the clock. She says there's only an hour and 15 minutes left, and she knows we add a minute for every dollar donated. So she's worried that we're going to run out of time here. Cool. Well then, let's honor the people's time, shall we, Doc?
Yes.
Thank you for that. First of all, my nugget that I took away from that was like, this is a level up for me, was the king and the queen of the heavens who don't retrograde. I love that. I like that they're calling you doctor. That's good. Just DR. You're getting just DR in the chat. Dr. Cosmic. All right. Where's we at? This is a love reading for Morningstar. Morningstar love reading. I wonder if they've figured out yet that they can keep this going on perpetually. Because it's possible, obviously. It's going to take a lot of follows and a lot of donations. But theoretically, there can be free readings for life if people keep it up this way. And if you do that, actually, it's way cheaper than booking a reading with me, now that I think about it. It's like about a third the price. So that's a life hack. Okay. There's a love reading from Morningstar. We want to see what's out there in love. Felt like a magnetic lift. Chariot. Cross with the Hierophant. Crowned by the Queen of Pentacles, or the Princess of Pentacles, sorry, I knew she was coming. Supported by the Sun. Behind you, Six of Wands, and before you, the Four of Cups. I have not seen that relationship yet in this spread, so it's not coming this week. But let me see. Abundance. The wheel. The moon. The star. Wow. So you have the sun, moon, and star out here on the bottom of your spread. You have the chariot crossed with the Hierophant at the middle. You have the wheel up in the corner. So first of all, a lot of major arcana. I have to tell you, I have nothing about love or relationships here, but I have a lot about self-love here. I have a lot about personal... I mean, sun, moon, and star all out on the bottom. Like, this is remarkably auspicious. I also see time for yourself. I see the Six of Wands across from the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups shows the cups closed, inverted. Yeah? This is me time. This is me... Well, not me time. This is you time. There's tons of prosperity. 9 of Coins. Tons of good luck. Tons of fortune. Emotionally, though, in terms of love, though, it's self-love right now. And if that sounds hard and challenging, if that sounds like disappointing, then that's why, right? Because you are on the very threshold here. The Chariot talks about a stable position. The Hierophant is the recipient of the tradition, right? And you may find this actually in like prayer, in a sort of religious or spiritual context. I think more religious for some reason. But I have abundance. I have everything here for you. But it's this. The cups are closed on each other. And I'm not saying long term. I'm not saying, oh, you're cursed to be alone. I'm saying right now, the focus is not let me find someone else to love or someone to love me. Let me love myself all the way to the point that I don't actually need anyone else right now. And you're going to find everything fall into place in that period. And then, let me confirm this before I speak, because I don't speak without divination. When I'm divining, I don't speak without divination. Okay. And then, judgment. You get what you deserve. Ace of Cups. Emotional clarity and purity. And here he is. King of Swords. Air sign. That's what I got for you. So, start with... Turn it... That, by the way, that's the first king or anything to come. Like, first, potential partner. First person, actually. Because we have sun, moon, star. Like, there are no people. It's the first person to show up in this spread. Thank you, Morningstar. That's the truth. Nothing but the truth. Grimnir, I hope you figured that out. I saw the technical difficulty, and I realized that you're boomed out right now. Thank you, Cecile, for keeping the list together. I love this, I love that there's a community. I love there's 34 people in here, chatting it up, interacting, adding time to the clock, bringing more people in here, inviting friends, getting readings, sharing their readings, like communicating in here. This is the best. This is the best. I love this, and I'm going to do this as much as I can. My family will be back on Monday, so I won't be able to do it as late, but, the kids will be sleeping, but this sort of thing will definitely happen during the day more. And by the way, if you haven't checked out Grimnir, thank you, brother. Thank you. Adding 5 minutes on the clock, making the zombie run. I love this. Urban Majesty also adding 5 minutes. It didn't make the zombie run, but I saw it pop up on the clock and on the other. Thank you. Oh, there
Somebody
it is.
just
Cool.
gave me
a zombie run. Nice.
A first fruit from Steve.
Steve, what's up? Oh, Mr. Maine, good looks. Thank you all. This is absolutely how this keeps going. And literally it puts time on the clock. Yeah. I want to do this more and more. And don't forget, every weekday, Monday through Friday, at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time, that's noon Eastern Time, 11 Central. We're live on here on Twitch. That's the Holy Mountain Spiritual Temple. It was a very private thing until now, but now that the Twitch channel is going, at least for this week, we're going to try it on here. We learn a little bit, then we have a meditation that we practice together, and we have our moment of praise and prayer. And it's just a great way to start your day. It takes about an hour up to 90 minutes, depending on how much we're learning. And we'll learn anything, man. This week we learned a lot about, so we've previously learned a lot about symbols. We've learned a lot about, everything's the way sound waves work. We've learned about the bioelectric field of the body. We've learned a little Qigong. We've learned a little Tai Chi. We've learned all kinds of stuff. We've really, it's a complete personal and spiritual growth platform, and it's going to be live here on Twitch, so come on.
Should I provide some real fun facts?
Yeah, drop some fun facts.
Let me see what cards you pulled first, and I'll drop fun facts about those.
Excellent. Tata NGV, please help spread the word. I think this is the beginning of something. We really set it off in Instagram a couple of years ago. I think there was a huge, almost like a renaissance of spiritual movement on Instagram, but the platform itself went to shit. And we think we can cause another renaissance to flower here on Twitch.
You think Twitch is the I need to pray about
Well,
it.
so here's what it is, Doc. It's either Twitch or TikTok. But TikTok...
those are my options.
That's what I realize is it's Twitch, Twitter, or TikTok. If it doesn't start with a T, and most likely a TW, it's not serious. If it doesn't have a TW, it definitely needs a TI in there. The I sound is involved and the T sound is involved. So we can get Kabbalistic about this, and I think I have to. Because obviously it's a Tav, which is worth 400, and it's if it's just the Tav and the I, well, it depends. If we're just doing TI, then it's 410 or 416. So now I got to pull up a Gematria chart and get those two values and determine something.
So basically, my choice is somewhere between tic-tac-toe and twitching all day.
I do have a Discord. There is. Thank you, Curly Q. That's awesome. Adding more time to the clock. I do have a Discord, and I need to. Hold on. Let me see if I can do an invite on here.
They said it's called the Witchy Twitchy.
Yeah, whatever they called it. We're not going to go on a crusade right now, though. Streamer mode is enabled. So here's my Discord. I don't know how to invite you guys. No, go ahead, Doc, because I'm trying to figure out how to invite people to Discord.
I don't know. They told me about this. I said, y'all know I don't do nothing, no Discord. No, I don't even do chaos magic. I don't do nothing akin to this.
Well, listen, it's the season of Loki. If there's any time to put out a Discord.
Let me tell you. I mess around and stumbled upon my godson's Twitter. I said that's enough right there. This is not what I thought Twitter was about. Because even I used to go on Periscope back in the day. And I said, what in the... I don't even... he was too shamed. I said, yeah, that's...
Well, the thing about Twitter is... Twitter is like writing on the bathroom wall.
Oh, God.
Twitter is not a dignified... And people will... It's crazy because people will have lengthy multi-tweet debates. But it's not neither the time nor the place, folks. So here's basically what I realized. I'm not going to do this Gematria right now, and also I completely struck out on finding the Discord link. I'll get that to you next time, guys. By Monday, I'll have that. But what I want to say as far as the options we have for new platforms, if we go with Twitter or TikTok, whether we're going basically purely text or we're doing videos, we're very limited on length. Both tweets and TikTok videos are very limited on length. And our material, the material we cover, does not lend itself to brevity. The mysteries are not something you can fit on a fucking fortune cookie. So
you know what? I was talking to somebody earlier today. They said, "What if you get 1,000 followers, you get 3 minutes. I said, that's not helping me at all. I said, what am I going to do in 3 minutes? I can't even get through a good prayer. You can't even cast out demons in 3 minutes.
I mean, you can't even begin to give the background for any topic we touch in 3 minutes. So that presents us the third option to consider, Twitch, where we can literally be live 24 hours a day if we want, and in this very interactive way. I find it so much more interactive than Instagram ever was. And I know.
Why do you think that is? Is it because there's more people on Twitch, or the algorithm on Instagram?
I think there's a combination of the features on Twitch. Twitch is primarily for the computer, not the phone. So you're just going to put it on and sit there and watch. I think the chat is so dope on Twitch compared to the Instagram chat. I think like the ability to the timer and the ability for people to add time, and I just think it's a much better format.
Can I hire a tech person kind of off camera to handle all the
the big streamers
angling and stuff?
The big streamers all have someone who's running their tech.
Now I found out that the longest stream was 1,066 hours.
Yeah, they slept during that stream though. They just stayed live.
Oh no, we don't sleep here. No. We don't.
That's why, like, that's bullshit to me. With all due respect, but if we took naps and just went back on, that's fine. So, Tata NGV, you're right. Like, also Twitch, big community building possibility, not just lurkers. That's what I want. Like the fact that people are here burning candles and incense while they're watching the stream and we're doing stuff together. Like, that's what I love. Now, I did buy a webcam and a weatherproof extension.
That was my question. And I was talking to my one of my temple members about this, right? Because I've been thinking about this for a while. Do I need to just go ahead and set that up and just buy the equipment, like really like an overhead cam and that whole kind of thing, and just go ahead and just buy it outright and just have it set up?
Well,
the new computer and everything else.
I'll say I wasn't able to really do this in any real way until I did. I can say that.
Okay.
But so I bought a new webcam and I got a weatherproof USB wire to run from the webcam to my computer. So I'm gonna put that out in the temple. So if I like take a break in stream, we can just cut to the temple cam.
Were you able to get the audio and stuff?
Yeah, the webcam actually has a mic in it.
Okay.
I didn't even realize it. It won't be, as good as this audio, but it'll be audio. Okay, Esoterico Isra, who has been awesome and has been supporting and showed up today, and I am grateful to have here, is up for a general reading. And so I ask for clear guidance and direction to deliver on their behalf. This card wants to hang out for some reason. Okay, that's you. Crossing you. Crowning you. I'm liking this. Supporting you. Behind you. It's fine behind. Okay. It would suck if it was the first reading I ever gave you and it was all bad news. Thankfully, not. First of all, I get the sense that you're on a solitary path, which suits you. The Hermit. Maybe you're a Virgo, maybe you just act like one. But it suits you. And you're coming to a place in this path now where you are engaging some new powers. You're bringing some things together. If we think of Two of Wands and Rider-Waite-Smith, I'll pull that out for reference. You got the guy looking at the globe planning, okay? Now, here's what's really good. I saw the top one and I was like, please don't let something bad be on the bottom. Above you, crowning you, Ace of Pentacles, material resources. Supporting you, here's your Pisces, Ace of Cups. So, you're very well guided in this journey. Unlike most pure water signs, your ability to make material come to be is exceptional. Now, you're coming from a period of heartbreak, and this is the challenge of the lonely road. But where you're coming to is the great fountain of abundance, particularly in material abundance, like money. And there's something here of like the, when we have the Hermit, and we have this big fountain. There's like that story of the fountain of life, right? The quest of the solitary seeker, seeking that source. And it seems like you're going to come into, in the near future, like an entrepreneurial venture, we'll say, or maybe that sounds a little bit too fancy, but you're going to develop your your internal resources, both materially and sort of emotionally, introspectively, right? That Ace of Cups, Ace of Coins thing, and that's bringing you, especially for in a realm of ventures where you haven't had a great deal of success before, coming into this thing where it's going to be a fountain, an ongoing, like a new venture. It's a new venture. That's the word when I was saying entrepreneur. It's a new venture coming up for you. So keep your eye open for it. And the key is on this whole thing, like the planning, the globe, the Two of Wands looking at the globe. It's not even pictured on this version of the cards. But that planning, that implementation, that going from I want to do this to, okay, how do I do this? To, okay, let me take the first step and then the next step and then the next step and then the next step. And these are the things that I think have been disappointing in the past, because the I want to do this has been there. And I think even the how do I do this has been there. But the working that out into the, okay, step, and then taking those steps. That's where maybe it's been not as easy or not as smooth as you had thought in the past, and that's fine. This time it's different. Just one foot in front of the other, keep moving down the road. The road, as is shown in my Ace of Coins, is open for you. Thank you, and welcome. And I'd love to get your feedback too. Anubis 117, yes. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for checking us out. Do me a favor and click that. That's what I was going to ask you for. Make the zombie run. Put some more time on the timer. Now we're happy. Shit, 18 more. Okay, so if I get 18 new follows in an hour and 17 minutes, I got to eat the albino penis envy mushrooms, the apes. And they are very strong. And I will do it because I am a man of my word. I have been from the beginning and I will be till the end. But I have some apprehension.
Is Andrea still too high?
Andrea is still too high. She might be on the phone or she might be talking to herself. I don't know. She has to leave soon? Well, then come here. Get one more reading in. Come on. Come on.
Can she hear me?
She can hear you. She sure
Andrea,
can.
you know what I was just thinking about?
Well, wait, hold on. You can't hear her. Andrea, if you want to respond, you got to come here. You can charge your phone in here. I have a charger. Just bring your cord. Tata and GV, thank you.
That day in class, and she was like, a poem?
Oh, here, just give me your thing. I'll make this happen.
Will it be that far?
Cool.
You remember that?
Andrea, come sit. Talk to Cosmic.
Yeah, I do remember.
I was just about to drop some of those nuggets on Moses and his
I don't even think Moses knows that.
Tell me about this, and then I need to read for some people.
Blow his mind, Doc.
Blow my mind, Doc.
Blow your mind.
Blow my mind.
So,
well, blow my mind and all the minds. There's about 30 minds being blown right now. 35. Some people are lurking.
I don't know if we can handle that much gray matter splattered across the screen, but basically the scenery. Okay, you have to pull this up in order to get it. But the scenery.
Oh, tableau. Is that what you're going to talk about?
What's that?
The how the tarot scenery connects.
Oh, so you know about this? Yeah.
Yeah. Here, I'll show him with. You need Rider-Waite-Smith to do it, but I'll show him like the moon and the high priestess is the easy one for everyone to see. Morningstar, thank you. Adding some time to it.
It's almost like I spy with my little eye.
Yeah, you can see landmarks. Or here you can do 7 of Cups. Hang on.
You can share your screen with people? Oh, that's cool too.
Oh, I can't share my screen with people, but I wasn't going to do that. I was just going to hold up the cards. Two of Swords has 7 of Cups across the water. Where's the moon though? I need the moon.
But it's actually based on a.
There you go.
It's based on a painting.
Are those my cards?
It is based on a painting? No, these are my cards.
Yes.
What is that painting?
It is called The Land of. Hold on. Let me go back. I did this class.
Now that I did not know. Now that you're definitely blowing my mind here.
Yes, based on a painting. Just give me 1 second. Let me find it.
Okay, I'm looking for the High Priestess card right here so I can show the people what we're talking about. I went right by it probably because I was distracted because I was talking. It's hard, man. It's hard to pay attention to what you're doing and talk in a cogent and somewhat entertaining manner and like occasionally be slightly witty. But I'm not like that. I'm just freestyling. I'm freestyling. I'm just riffing. That's it. I'm just spitting. It just comes out of the mouth. There's the High Priestess. And it's not going to look obvious on this deck. But hopefully, I'm going to need this.
Would it be different on mine? Where are they?
Boom, boom.
Are they over there?
Boom, boom. So you have the two pillars on both of them. The windy road that's in this one, you get to see it elsewhere. Doc's going to do this a lot better than me. He's going to actually look it up. Cool. Well, I'm ready to continue. I got confused because there's 2 decks of cards on my desk and they're both talking to me. You go away right now. Whew. Okay, that's better. Don't the roses outside smell so good?
Yeah,
I feel like I should put some on the altar, right?
absolutely.
I'm going to do that. They smell so good. I don't know if I'm going to... That particular fragrance of rose is like what's in Attar of Rose. It's very hard to preserve. It's very... Like if you dry the roses with heat at all, you lose it. If you freeze dry them, it stays really well.
It's the most precious form of rose oil. It's very expensive.
So we have these Persian roses. Have you seen the pink roses that are just like almost like a spiral, like they're very sacred geometry, and they don't have that sort of standard European rose shape, but they're like big poofies, and they have a particular sweet rose smell that you'll have gotten in some rose water or attar of rose before, but it's just so fragile. It's a very difficult extraction to do without like lab equipment. But shit, keep those donations going, and maybe we'll do something about it. I know how to work the equipment. I just need to get it. Okay. Who is up? I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought. Is it a follow-up for Nikki B now? Is that what we're at? Okay. Nikki B, I read for you like a little bit ago, right? Is there a specific thing that you want to follow up on or unpack? Or would you like Andrea to read for you? Because I could definitely use some water.
Call them talking to me? But
What? No? Dr. Cosmic, are you up for reading? Because I just read for this person within this stream, so I feel like...
This person, what is that they wanted?
It is Nikki B, 84, I believe. Nikki B, 84. Or Nick B. Nick B, 84. Or no, it is Nikki B. Oh, on love. Okay, so Nikki B wants to know if marriage is possible. It's a guy that Kaz actually told her about last year.
Oh gosh.
So I will.
Oh, wow.
I know better than to get involved in a prophecy in progress. I'm gonna go get myself some water.
This was a man that called out for you last year, and what is he doing now? Is he acting crazy?
She wants to know if there's marriage possibilities.
Marriage is always a possibility. Anything is possible. Question is, are you going to choose that this is the right choice for you? Love is a choice, baby girl. It didn't just show up one day and knock at your door. And really, here's the thing. Can you see marriage, or are you looking at the wedding? That's a very big difference. A wedding and a marriage are not the same. Can you see him bald, liver spots on his head, 2 teeth in his mouth, and a diaper Are you seeing wedding or are you seeing marriage? What are the top 6 things you can't? Better yet, what are the top 8 things you are anxious to compromise on? It's good to know right now. What are the top 8 things you can't wait to compromise on?
Dude, I would have got you water.
That's okay. Dude, Doc gives so much better marriage advice than me, and he's not married. And I feel like I have a pretty good marriage. People compliment us on our marriage all the time, but that's extremely high quality marriage advice.
But my final exam was for the prophet. So
True that. I'm sure that was very formative.
So what I would just say is marriage is always an option. Anything is possible. The question is, and here's the thing.
So, Nick B says she
win.
doesn't care about the wedding. She wants the husband, great, bad, and ugly.
Here's the thing. It's the win.
So I guess
What's
you have an answer
motivating,
therein, right?
What's motivating your win and what's motivating his win?
Do we lose the doctor?
Can you hear me?
I hope not. Dr. Cosmic. Let's
Hello?
see. I'm still connected on Skype. So, I don't know. All right, gang. Hey, what happened here? How's there an hour and 20 minutes left? I thought we'd gotten past this. Oh, Morningstar, thank you. I see that. You guys hear Doc? I just don't hear him? Okay, that's weird. But I can live with that.
What, they can hear him, but we can't?
Mm-hmm.
That's really odd.
So that's the really thing I would tell you right now. Your win, your dates.
Oh, my speakers came unplugged. That's why.
Okay, that's the big thing. It's just matching up the win. That's going to be the first question. On the 8 things you're going to compromise on, are you going to compromise on the win? Start there.
Well, no,
Answer your question, Moses. It's look this up. The hill of heart's desire.
Okay, here we go. And I will screen share this as soon as I find this. And obviously I can hear you again now. I figured I was wrong. My speakers got unplugged.
The hill of heart's
desire. The Hill of Heart's Desire. The Land of Heart's Desire by William Butler Yeats.
But look at the hill of heart's desire.
I'm looking
by
for
Pamela Coleman Smith, 1903.
Pamela Coleman Smith, 1903. Oh, here it is. Pamela Coleman Smith, View of Taroland.
Before there were ever cars, she'd already done this in 1903. Now we can't hear you, Moses.
Now you can't hear me. I wasn't talking. Can you hear me now?
Oh, no, okay.
Okay, I'm trying to find a good copy of this picture. I found it, but it's very grainy. It's very grainy.
You probably won't find a lot of that one, do you think?
I don't know. So this is really cool. I'll show everyone.
So there are 2 things that formulated what we now call the tarot as far as the visual imagery. Number 1 is the illustration here of the Hill of Heart's Desire. That's number 1. The second thing...
Wait a second. Let me pull it up for everyone. That's this. Is this it, Doc? Does this look right to you?
Yeah.
You know this?
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you're in a school, yeah. So I can't zoom in anymore. I mean, I can, but it's going to get grainy, but... So you can kind of see the whole land. And now what's the second thing, Doc?
The second thing is a poem. It's an English translation of an Irish poem. The poet was Anthony Raftery. And the name of the poem is, I think it's called The Green Sheaf.
The Green Sheaf?
Yes, Sheaf.
Okay. The Green Sheaf. It looks like an epic poem. Oh, Pamela Coleman Smith. Here it is. Can you see this, guys? I think that. Can you guys see this?
I can see that, but I couldn't see the image that you put up last. But I can see that. It is very far away. Maybe it's just my computer.
Well, no, it's small. But here we go. The Bookworm. There's Hill of Heart's Desire. There's Parting of the Ways. And so, what do you know about this book, Doc?
Oh, well, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little razzle, little dazzle. But one of the things it says there is it provides the context for Pamela's depiction of the landscape. It describes this: after Christmas, with the help of Christ, I will never stop if I am alive. I will go to the sharp-edged little hill, for it is a fine place without fog falling, a blessed place that the sun shines on, and the wind does not rise there, or anything of the sort. And if you were a year there, you would get no rest, only sitting up at night and eternally drinking. The lamb and the sheep are there, the cow and the calf are there. Fine land is there without heat and without bog. Plowing and seed sowing in the right month, and plow and harrow prepared and ready. The rent, what is called for there. They have means to pay it. Oat and flax are there, and large cured barley. Beautiful valleys with good growth in them, and hay. Rods grow there, and bushes and tufts. White fields are there, and respect for trees. Shade and shelter from wind and rain. Priests and friars reading their book. Spending and getting is there. Nothing is scarce.
So that's her description of that land, that place where the deck exists.
So, what I'm getting at is that all of you things you see in the Tarot, all right, have other connotations behind them. Because remember, when we're talking about this powerful woman of color, all right, she's kind of hired, okay, to bring this into form. Like, for example, one of my favorite examples of this, two of them actually, is the Two of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll pull up her depictions of those for folks.
So the Four of Pentacles, definitely the reason why it looks like New York City.
I'm going for you. Got it? Hold it up to the camera for them.
Here, you hold it. You're right.
Okay. The city in the background here.
Yes. That's not by chance. The other thing, I just want y'all to keep that in your mind there. The other thing is the Two of Pentacles.
So here's the 4. I'm going to get the 2. We'll see who can get it first. It's a race. Whose deck will abide and give us the 2? Oh, wait. I know I shot up a 2. I don't know whose 2 it was. I found my 4. I think yours is going to give it up first. Oh, here's a 2. I got it. Thanks, deck. Thanks, friend.
So
here's the 2.
Remember something. Why does the 2 look like that? Remember, this powerful woman of color, she designed sets. That's why when you look at the Two of Pentacles, it looks like those old school stages. You have the juggler on the stage.
Like the way that the boat is going over
right. Exactly. That's a stage set.
And then what's on the 4? It looks like New York because it's similar, like a stage set of New York.
Exactly.
So they're all actors on a stage.
Well, as Shakespeare would have it.
Well, aren't we all, right?
Okay. So, I just want you to know that there's such interesting backgrounds to each of the cards, because and the reason why I do this is as a daily Black history, as a daily history of people of color, powerful women. Remember, history is never changed by well-behaved women.
All right.
Never changed over behavior. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, by all means. Nikki B was looking to see. Oh, she lost audio. She doesn't know if you answered her question.
So the question is this: on your list, your top 8 things you cannot wait to compromise on. Number 2, what should be on the top of that list is the date, the wind of marriage. Because your wind of marriage and his wind of marriage are not the same. That does not mean marriage can't happen, but is the wind the same? And I don't know where I'm seeing this and perceiving this also for somebody else here in the chat. And maybe here, maybe somebody who catches it on replay, whatever, even about pregnancy. You've been sensing, you've been trying and trying. And the question is, are you and your partner synchronized in the wind?
On the time.
You may both agree y'all want a kid. But do you both agree you want it right here, right now?
Did you get your answer, Nikki? I hope you did. I see here that where you were talking about where your volume went out. Cassandra, yes, I did pull up well after the big marathon. I slept extensively. I'm very well rested. Thank you for checking back in. All right, we have a reading that's due. Is it Anubis, Tata? Let me see.
Yeah, I'm going to, I gotta go.
Oh, you gotta get into prayer. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well,
yes.
You know, as usual, put in a good word for me.
I certainly shall.
Thank you, Doc. God bless you.
I hold all of you all in the light of God, all of you who have joined this stream, those of you who have come alongside Moses in his campaign here, and you've raised his arms, even when they are weak and weary. I bless you. Those of you who've come and given him a follow out of your busy schedules, I bless you. Those of you who've given out of your coffers, out of your treasury, I bless you. And I compel heaven's economy to move in your direction, and that speedily. This shall be a week for you of bizarre, unusual, unexpected, and unprecedented miracles that will make your head spin. About the event of God, you'll be testifying by this time next week. I'll catch y'all later.
God bless, Doc. Thank you. That was Dr. Cosmic, everyone. Go give him a follow on Instagram at KHOZMIQ. KHOZMIQ. My brother, my spiritual, my prophetic father, my dear good friend, and a fixture here. Hopefully, we're trying to get him set up with his own Twitch, but for now, well, he'll definitely at least be hanging here as frequently as possible. So, now, Tata, general reading. Let me focus. So I did receive a clear message, and I do need to say, and I need to acknowledge, because I did this last stream, but I of course have to thank Andrea for giving me this Santa Muerte deck. I acknowledge that all the divinations that I provide tonight and have provided on this stream are, delivered by the grace of the Santa Muerte. I can use a different deck if you want, but as far as what I'm delivering, she's the source of this, and she should be properly acknowledged. So, with that said, Tata NGV. Hierophant coming across and sun crowning a lot today. We've seen this.
There's like big stuff going on.
Do you see like the patterns that come in this deck?
Or, oh, you mean for you using that one?
Just the Hierophant coming across and the sun on top. So much today.
Really?
Yeah, this happened probably 2 or 3 readings.
Wow.
Huh. Coins versus
See
swords.
the method to your madness.
The Hermit. Okay, so here's what we have. Good, bad, ugly. A few things to cover. First, your eagerness is about to be met. You have been, I think, researching, searching. I have a Princess of Cups representing you, right? Reaching out with you. Oh, let me ask before I get too deep into this. Your astrological makeup, to the extent that you are aware of it. So if you just know your sun sign, just that. If you know, you don't have to give me all your planets. Sun, moon, ascendant, or just your sun. Or if you don't know any of that, just month and day of your birth.
Page of Cups, is that Pisces?
Taurus sun. Okay, cool. So yeah, I wasn't going to play that game. But okay, Taurus sun. So this is interesting. What, do you know your ascendant also? I wonder if you have an air ascendant, because I have a lot of air on here. If not, that's okay. But if you know, that's good. Anyway, so I view as Page of Cups. It's showing you questing, seeking, and especially Taurus season. You're kind of charged up right now. You guys are all plowing the earth. You are in a period. Not you're going to be in. You are in a period, coming into a period, stepping, crossing the threshold of a period. Cancer ascendant. Okay, that's where the water comes in. Thank you. And the air is just how it's happening right now. Cool. So you're in a period right now where cumulative research, cumulative study, cumulative contemplation is Pisces moon. Thank you. Pisces moon. I have Pisces moon too. Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa. We're both Pisces moon, and you're also
Triple.
Pisces moon. We're 3 fish. The 3 fish connection. I wish I had cool graphics to throw up on screen for this. Okay, so you're reaching a level of establishment in your studies. Like you're about to reach plateau is not by any means the word, but we have the Hierophant, the coming to the temple, the coming to the altar. You can think of the Rider-Waite Hierophant that shows the priest and the 2 kneeling figures in front of him. But it's the sanctification, the upliftment of that process, the completion of a process that brings a bestowing. And I will say a bestowing of an honor especially, and an honor of enlightenment in this case, because the sun is crowning you here, right? That halo of light glowing. And I will say that supporting you in this endeavor, you in this, is regular practice, right? The regularity and the devotion, the foundation that you've built through your effort is what is supporting you. Now, you are coming to a period in this where one thing you're going to notice is it's going to get a lot more serious, right? Going from 2 of Wands, which is this very like, oh yes, to the Queen of Swords, and she does not fuck around. So coming to a very more serious place in this for you. Now, be prepared for that. Something that I want to also peek at and address. Esoterico, thank you. Thank you for checking it out. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you for the follow. This inside-outside difference, coins and swords. Let me get it both on camera. 3 of Swords is heartbreak. And 3 of Coins is partnership. And these 2 are paired in this reading. And to you, the value of partnership, especially Taurus, you got this shit, right? And this is really the only Earth that's coming up here. To you, the value of partnership, the focus of partnership, is well intended. And yet you're wearing wounds. You're wearing past heartbreak that people are seeing. There is some tension here. There is some concern about being alone. I don't know, spending time alone or spending time is challenging for you. I don't know how much time you get to spend alone. It's the idea that if you spend time alone, you're beset by worries. You are. It seems that if your mind wanders to things that you fear or you're concerned about when you spend time alone, and spending time with other people makes that easier, right? Distracts in a way, but also as a Pisces, it helps you. Our Pisces moon helps you resolve some of those emotional things, processing with others, right? What I will encourage you to do, because you are coming into this period, sort of this breakthrough, and now that I'm actually reading through the whole thing, I feel that this breakthrough is in sort of your emotional processing, in this healing process. I want you to take a focus on not the wounds of the past relationships, not the other side and the effect of the other side, but the skills you developed in the course of that. It's they say all's fair in love and war. So we can in some way think of love like relationships like martial arts, right? If you studied martial arts, boxing, anything, you go and you practice this stuff and you get hurt every single damn time. Sometimes even injured, usually just hurt. It hurts to learn it. And the key is if you go and you focus on the hurt, you quit. That's how you quit martial arts. I don't like getting beat up. This hurts too much. When you focus on what you've learned, you forget the hurt. You get better. And you get hurt less. And you get hurt less and less and less. And then it becomes just a joy. It becomes a game. Even if you are getting hurt, you don't feel the pain at that point because you've trained your body and your soul are set for it. So the same in relationships, right? Transcend the energy, sure. I'll say even more, just flip the perspective, right? Just look at it from the other side. One thing always when we look at wounds, there's a couple things. One, there's the blame that can come with it. Oh, I see the promised land. There's less than an hour left. Are you hanging for this whole thing? That would be awesome if you did, but you don't have to, but that's awesome if you do. So, transcending the energy, first of all, one is, of course, that promised land, right? There's that where you're trying to get to. Bear in mind that where you're going in your course is not continuing your past relationship. So if that relationship didn't work out, first of all, there's nothing to blame yourself about. And second of all, it's cheesy to say like, oh, every relationship's a lesson, but it is. Everything we encounter in this life is a chance to learn more about ourselves and do the thing that is most true, most authentic to us. So when we try relationships with people that aren't true to who we are, relationships that our friends think are good for us, relationships that we think should be good for us, it doesn't work out. The wounds and the pains we suffer in life are, and I'm not talking about like if you cut yourself with a knife, but the emotional wounds and pains we suffer in life are the guide rails, right? It's when you are veering off your course, you're going to bump into the rail, and when you bump into the rail, it hurts. And the reason it hurts is so it bounces you back to the middle. Okay? And we can come to fear those things. We can say, well, every time I go, I fucking get zapped by this thing. But it's what we have to realize is the difference is whether we're just wandering, if we're just like aimlessly driving, like if you're driving the car, you're just stepping on the gas and not steering, as I like to say, and you're just boop, 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 then you keep hitting them. When you steer, when you take control, when you're proactive, when you go towards where you're going rather than just going, when you go towards a direction, okay, then you don't bump into the rails. You go towards your direction, where you're headed, okay? So the learning process that you've been through, don't let it undermine your trust for, well, first of all, yourself, your capability to be in touch with the person who is for you or a person who is for you. I don't know if I believe in an absolute one person, but I certainly believe in a type of person that is for everyone, or types of people that are ideal for people. And I will say that your course towards that is, the past is an anchor on this one, right? Take the lessons, take the momentum you have developed. Your past is still in the past. The you that experienced that is also still in the past. Move forward, and those, and this is Queen of Swords too. This is your Queen of Swords. Oh my dear. This is your Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords in this deck, she actually looks pretty nice. She's not holding the sword. The Queen of Swords in Rider-Waite, she's a little strict. The Queen of Swords in my Hermetic Tarot is holding her fucking husband's head. Don't let yourself get walked over. Trust your instincts, especially Pisces. Trust your Pisces moon. Trust your instincts. Don't let your Cancer ascendant. Obviously. Cancer ascendant, Pisces moon.
Wow.
You know, that is someone who tries to save people and fix people.
Yeah.
You need to learn to put up your boundaries, and and it's a learning process for you. I'm not just like, oh, you need to learn. It's not natural to a Pisces to have boundaries. Pisces, I'm saying Pisces because it's your moon. That's where your emotional connections are, especially for Pisces moon.
And what's the rising?
The rising is Cancer, so the caring, caring, feeling
Isn't it
connected.
Cancer Sun, Pisces moon.
Oh no, Cancer rising, Taurus sun.
Oh, a Taurus sun.
Cancer, that's loving Venus. Cancer rising,
Oh, yeah.
Pisces moon.
Probably just like the nicest person
Yeah, extremely nice, extremely likely to be taken advantage of, and certainly extremely likely to be wounded. You are extremely empathic, and you absorb. When we say you absorb people's wounds, it sounds like this weird psychic osmosis process, which it kind of is for Pisces. But what that means is, when people act out from their wounds, right? It's like you receive an impression of that, and it's like the way they act out, the way they act towards you is from their wounds, and that you carry that impression. It stays impressed in you, and so that becomes your wound then, because it's exactly fits there. Does that make sense? Whew. That's heavy. Grounding work, separate from, keeping your separate space is going to be very often. And I know Pisces moon, the worst part about being Pisces moon is that when you're in love or even have a crush for someone and then you separate, it's like obsessive. Like you can't separate. Separating's hard.
Oh, yeah.
So, places that will help you separate, if you are near the ocean or the sea, salt water that is moving will help you separate. It will help shear that off you. If not, try to do like a sea salt bath at least. That would be ideal though if you can go to the sea. If not to the sea, forest is good. You can sit under a tree for a while, and that will. You have rivers. Rivers are not going to be as good. The other thing is I don't want you to. Well, if you want to separate from the past, what you can do is make yourself a bath with lemon, and the skin of black walnuts, and the peel of lemons and the skin of black walnuts, and that's a bath to really cut from, especially the emotional ties to the past. That's one for you. So if you can get those where you live, you can do that. And if not, you can do lemon and lemon balm. That's okay. But that black walnut is really for getting over past lovers. Cool. Is that the list? Am I through the list? Because I would love to save this hour for tomorrow and do a little Sunday daytime because we've run quite late. Well, it's good for people in Europe, probably Asia. Oh, Anubis, I got you. How could I forget?
you like that those cards are glossy?
I do. I like the way they feel. Yeah. Thank you, Tata. I love you too. I love all you guys. I really like. That's something that I haven't expressed my whole life. I've not been the sort of person to tell people I love them, especially casual acquaintances, because I don't mean it flippantly. You know, I'm not just like, oh, I love you, but like, I love this. Like, I love what I'm doing now. I love the way I feel doing this. I love the satisfaction it gives me. I love the people that are engaged with it. I truly do love you guys. Urban Majesty, I'm going to ask you please to hold off on the follow-up until tomorrow. I will come back tomorrow afternoon, and let's do that tomorrow. Just because I want to save time for other people. It's late night. People are kind of... I was expecting to go on a few hours earlier. If you would permit that, if that's absolutely not workable for you, I'm sure we can make something happen. But I would appreciate that because I'm as well rested as I am. I'm still pretty... Holy shit, it's 3:11 in the morning. That's why I'm tired. Okay. Yeah, you didn't... But that's steak, though, right? Like a little bit of energy.
Yeah, for sure.
Grimnir, this has been the happiest you've been in weeks, bro. This is every day. Come through on the weekdays, especially. You'll dig that shit. I know you're quite the seeker. Come through weekday mornings. I think you're West Coast, so it's 9 a.m. your time. Now, Anubis 117. Anubis, is that your birthday? 117? I gotta ask. This is my mother's birthday, January 17th. So I gotta ask. If not, though, well, you should tell me your birthday, or at least tell me your astrological makeup. Okay. Tata, I hope we see you again next time. Thank you very much. Anubis 117, here we come. July 1st, 94. Okay. Cancer. The Emperor.
Is he coming out a lot tonight?
No, he's about as much as he usually comes out.
Yeah.
Cross with 9 of Cups. Crowned by 2 of Pentacles. Aha, supported by that 3 of Swords. Okay, Anubis. Did you notice the flags on my 6 of Wands are pride? Like it's the pride setup, it's the rainbow flags.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's the ones you gave me. So, Anubis 117 to finish out the evening. We'll try to get this with about 45 minutes left on the stream. I have for you the Emperor, Mars activity, crossed with satisfaction, 9 of Cups. So whatever you're doing is working for you. On your mind is balance because beneath you is heartbreak. You've gotten ahead of yourself before. You don't want to get ahead of yourself. You're a little cautious with that, understandably. I want to tell you that you're on this horizontal axis here. I have the 9 of Swords, fear, terror, with the moon, reflection. Okay? This is a very important dynamic for you here. Okay? Really, this is... I'm going to say one of my friend's favorite words. This is shadow work, right? Reflecting on the things that you fear about yourself and your perception of the world is... The thing is, it sours the mix right now. Things are going pretty good. Things are pretty, not bad. And starting to contemplate on some of that grim stuff is not going to be awesome. Clearly, you are effective in what you do. People see you as very fulfilling. But there's stagnation, right? The point of tension, the point of confusion is this hanged man.
Dude, he's come up like 3 or 4 times, if not more.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone's stuck. What do we do?
Well, it's retrograde, so people got to cut themselves free right now.
That makes sense.
Right? So that's where when I see like the common things like that, I'm like, oh, astrologically that would be affecting all of us, And speaking of cutting through, what's your resolution? It's the sword, right? How do you get through from this to this? Here's your hangman. This is how you cut through. Okay? That reflection, and here's, by the way, the crab. So I think where you're being guided here is in terms of, is this axis. Well, okay, so the vertical axis is 2 of coins and 3 of swords. So this idea of balance and this idea of heartbreak, loss. The horizontal axis, 9 of swords and the moon. So again, this idea of terror and this idea of reflection. So between balance and loss, I think of juggling, right? The tricky thing with juggling is you have to keep balance or else you lose something, right? And then on this axis of terror and reflection, what I see is, again, that process of introspection on especially the parts of the self that are inconvenient at minimum and embarrassing at average and are completely repressed at extremes. Again, with this as your tension and kind of reflecting as you're saying that you're feeling stagnant, right? This is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man, he's not hanged by his neck, he's hanged by his foot, right? So inability to move, inability to go anywhere. But the Ace of Swords comes, right, to cut through. It's in your own thinking, it's in your own contemplation. It is not easily natural to you. And I would take this retrograde period, it's kind of in the theme, I think, to reflect, right? As we said, anything to do with the re. And I would also say, let me check my moon cycles. Because you are Cancer, you are ruled by the moon. Because the moon has come up in the thing. My phone's dead, but let me check current moon phase. Waning crescent. So it's getting smaller. Okay, so that means we have a new moon in, let's see. Okay, new moon June 10th. Today is June 6th. Cool. So that's actually really good. New moon, obviously the darkest time. Take this time to delve in from now until June 10th. Take a piece of paper, a journal, whatever you feel comfortable with, a little note on your phone, and create a list of, again, those traits that you are either embarrassed of, ashamed of, just traits about yourself that you hope other people aren't paying attention to, basically, okay? Then, beginning on June 10th, when you go from the new moon, to June 17th, okay, you're going to take that list and every single one of those traits at one at a time. First of all, find the connection to from that period, from the 10th to the 17th, find the connection of each of those traits. I'm going to pause the timer. Just leave it at that. To your positive traits. It's always two ends of the same coin, meaning someone who is very thoughtful, kind, is typically someone who can have trouble focusing on their own needs, and that leads to its own problems. Someone who is very confident can often be very self-centered. These things are connected. It's not just that they happen together. They are the same thing. It's two sides of a coin. So basically from now, for the next 5 days, add to that list the tail side of that coin. In fact, it'll be helpful if you have coins and collect coins like I do, to keep that list with some tail side up coins. Then turn that physical coin over and spend the next 7 days writing the positive side on that. And then comes the kind of final part of that. I would spend the last 14 days of this moon cycle really coming to embrace that, like, this is who you are. And that's pretty cool. Like, that everything has a right and left hand. Everything is going to be like that. It might be very, very, very helpful to look at your full astrological chart, especially on a site like, here, I'll drop it in the chat. If anyone wants to take a look at their chart while because we're going to go off air shortly. Oh, my keyboard is acting goofy. I wonder if my batteries are dying. Might have to get new keyboard batteries. I do have some downstairs, though, so that's good. Cool. So I'm going to drop this link in the chat, and you guys can use this to calculate your own charts. And they give a very, it's not as good as a human astrologer. I'm always happy to recommend a human astrologer. But they give a very, very good and detailed analysis that definitely will have you like, damn fucking computer, how are you calling me out on that? That's not cool. That's the process, though, of connect. Because when you look at it in an astrological form, all of a sudden you're like, oh, that's related to this sign, and that sign also is giving me all these beneficial things. And you really start to connect the heads and the tails of the coin, so to speak. So for that last 14 days of the month, sorry, I veered off there. It's about being like, yes, this is me. I don't have to worry about being different from this, because this is how I am. This is how I'm designed to be. As I told someone earlier, when you read your birth chart on this site, it's like the owner's manual that they should have given you as a kid for your model of human. And then you're like, oh, fuck, I'm a perfect me. I'm not a perfect anyone else. But looking at this chart and what I'm supposed to be, I'm a perfect me. Great. Awesome. I don't have to worry about a lot of things in the course of that, okay? So connect that's that last 14 days. And when you can then sort of exalt that piece of yourself that you've rejected and kind of bring it to that level of respect that you have the part of it. It's like right now the stick's like this. I'm sorry. I'll give you a stick or something. I don't have any sticks. I was telling Andrea before, I really like to teach with sticks and dirt.
Oh, is this what? Oh,
This
yeah.
is, so
Yeah, this is.
right now, I'm using a magazine, but okay. Right now the stick's like this, and this is the level of the dirt. Okay, so half the stick is buried. There's a part of it that's put underneath. Right. The goal is to turn it like this and then raise the whole stick up. I lowered the dirt just because the microphone's here, but yeah. Thank you. I don't know if you're allowed to show gun stuff on Twitch. Sorry, it's a fucking magazine, not a gun. I'm not. I in no way endorse or encourage violence, and yeah. Sorry, shit. I was just looking for a stick. I don't have a stick. But yeah, Anubis. That's what. I don't know. I feel like Twitch is strict about that stuff. But yeah, that's take that cycle. Here's what we'll do. Take that cycle, and after that 28-day period, well, it's less than 28 days, right? Because it's 5 days plus 7 plus 14, so 26-day period. I would love it if we can reconnect in 26 days, either on Twitch or email me or whatever. hoodooMoses@gmail.com. Connect with me. I'd like to reconnect and follow up with you. No cost or anything like that. I'd like to do that. If you go through that process and you want to reconnect, I'd like to do that. Cool. Well, everybody, the live stream has been going for 3 minutes, 32 seconds, and 32 minutes, 3 hours. Jeez. 3 hours, 32 minutes, and 49 seconds. Naturally, I'm going to let it go to 33333. But that's coming up shortly, so I'm about to hit the thing. Thank you all very, 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 very much. I bless each and every one of you. May you be in touch with your highest good. May you be clearly communicated to, guided, and mentored by the spirits that overwatch you. In the 22 seconds we have remaining, I want to thank you again for all the follows down below, all the donations up above. Be sure to tell your friends if they come in and follow this stream while I'm not on. That's awesome. I'll come on stream. If I got 150, I'll eat mushrooms in the beginning tomorrow. Whatever. I got to clean my house, but I'll make it happen.